The boy, while picking an item, accidentally made all the artifacts resonate. It startled everyone present there. Even the greatest genius of the family had only awakened one talent. Yet this boy awakened for talents, truly a peerless genius in the clan. Even his father helplessly said, "Looks like we need to teach him all for talents." In his past life, he was the Empire's greatest remix swordsman. At just 18, his mana broke through 2 for cores. He had the greatest potential to reach 6-star knight in the Empire. Unexpectedly, he faced the 6-star Duke of the Antonian Empire, known as Black Wave Telmajan. Before that terrifying power, he felt small and weak. The Duke said, "Pity, if you'd surrendered, you might have surpassed me." He replied, "Impossible. Once I start fighting, I'm destined to fall in this battle." Suddenly, the Duke attacked fiercely, piercing him with a single strike. From then on, the so-called combat genius fell. The scene changed as Remix opened his eyes again. A woman's hand gently held his. He looked around. His new parents laughed happily. "This child is a gift from God. Haha, truly a blessing." Hearing this, he was confused, flailing his limbs. "What? A baby? What are they talking about?" Akon saw him fussing, picked him up with both hands. Akon grinned, teasing, "You'll become a great spearman. Follow in my footsteps." Remix's father looked at him with a suspicious smile. Lily, standing nearby, snapped, "What are you saying?" Lily snatched him back, frowning. "He'll be a great assassin." She stammered, "I'm Lily Saugers, your loving mother." Akon tried to reason. "Come on, how could her youngest be an assassin? That's awful." Lily shouted back, "Spears are perfect, beautiful, but being an assassin is cooler. Hiding in shadows to strike unnoticed." On that grand, luxurious carriage, it seemed like the end, but he'd been reborn not just anywhere, but in the Andean Empire, his old enemy. As the son of Count Akon, riding the carriage, Akon compromised with Lily. "Let's do this. We'll teach him both." Lily agreed. "Sounds fair. He'll definitely be an assassin. Lately my new parents." Akon kept coaxing, "Be a spearman. It's the best." Lily frowned. "He'll be an assassin." They argued fiercely about my future, probably because I was born late. They really want me to follow their paths. The coachman stopped. "Sir, we've arrived." Akon blinked. "What, already?" Akon turned to Lily. "Hold my hand now." Lily raised an eyebrow. "What if the townsfolk see?" Akon stepped off, grinning. "I just want to hold my wife's hand. What's wrong with that?" Akon took Lily's hand. "Careful now." Remix in Lily's arms endured their mushy display. Ooh, painful to watch. Suddenly, Remix opened his big round eyes, staring. Both carried him into a lavish place. Inside was a grand, magnificent castle. Lily held Remix at the door. Servants bowed. She smiled. "Oh, looks like he's happy to be home. So excited." Remix waved his arms. "If this is my home, it'll be easier to spread my talents." 2 months later at Remix's home, baby babbling echoed from the room. "A boo-boo, love daddy." Lily rushed over, thrilled, picked him up. "Oh my baby's babbling." He answered with a boo-boo-boo. Hearing Lily, he thought, "So I'm babbling now, a new experience. I want to talk, but I'm too small, just a boo-boo-boo." He recalled his past as a Grick, wandering far-off battlefields. Back then, he rarely met kids. The few he saw were injured, bandaged, crying, with nowhere to go. Many kids mourned their parents, starved, and vanished. Compared to that, the Saugers house is rich. Lucky, I won't starve here. Just then, someone burst in, shouting, "Ha-ha! Look at this." Akon slammed his spear into the ground, proudly declaring, "This is my spear." He looked at his beloved son. "Isn't it long and beautiful?" Remix's mouth twitched, thinking, "This guy's my dad, a 6th-rank spearman, the kingdom's strongest." Remix knew Akon was different in battle, cold and ruthless despite his looks. He was a heroic warrior, dubbed the Green Whirlwind. Lily put Remix back in the crib, stormed over, furious, seriously, bringing a sharp weapon in here. Remix just babbled, a boo-boo, watching them argue. Lily glared harder. "I told you no." She was once the kingdom's top assassin. Lily Saugers, still scolding Akon daily despite matching his strength. She warned, I'll teach him stealth basics from now on. This is my mom, yelling but secretly a killer. Akon whined, come on. Even famous mage clans put staves by their babies' cribs. Lily snapped, spears aren't staves, they're sharp. Remix side, what a harmonious family. They cared so much about my future. Because my two older sisters chose paths unrelated to spears or assassins. Scene shifted to another castle. Arabella and Claire stood by the crib, watching Remix flail. Arabella cooed, if you do this, Tada, your cheeks puff up. Remix babbled, a boo-boo a boo-boo. Arabella couldn't resist his cuteness. So adorable, she's Arabella Saugers. Remix's cheeks swelled red from her pinching. About Arabella, gifted in magic, she became a mage young. At 52, she's a 3rd rank mage, with 9th rank as the peak, a genius for passing beginner levels at her age. Arabella couldn't resist, poked Dawn's cheek. Dawn, want to learn magic with me later? I'm tired of studying alone every day. Dawn winced, secretly groaning, stop poking me. Claire spoke up from the side, summoning's cool too, she's Claire Saugers. About Claire, she's a genius summoner, started summoning at age 7, now controls 2 summons at once. Claire said that, then fell silent, lost in thought. Dawn smelled food, eyes lit up, mouth watering, babbling a boo-boo a boo-boo. He thought, at first I thought Claire didn't like me, but it feels more like jealousy over a new sibling. Claire couldn't hold back, gently touched Dawn's nose. She's warming up to me more now. Claire felt it, so soft, giggled. Should I poke more? Heh heh. Claire bent down, finger near his mouth. Let's wipe that drool if you've got summoning talent. It'd be fun, I'll teach you later. Dawn heard this, just gave a wry smile, thinking, haha, everyone wants to teach me their skills. Looking at the family picture, my dad's a 6th rank spearman. My mom, a former assassin, once tried to kill the king. My eldest sister, a genius mage. And my second sister, a genius summoner. The Saugers County family, a perfect noble household. The ideal family I dreamed of. Den's eyes narrowed slightly, thought, so what's the point of revenge this life? Even if my last death was brutal. That place was a battlefield. Saying I'd get back at those who beat me 10 out of 10, pretty laughable. The whole family of 4 stood in front of him, arguing about what Den should learn. Spear skills, gotta pick the spear. Stealth and assassination are way more useful. No, magic's the trend now. Summoning's great too. Den watched them bicker, smiled softly. I always wanted a home. Lucky I was born here. The whole family, parents arguing, 2 sisters too, each pushing Den to learn their specialty. Den's head hurt, eyes squeezed shut, wanted to cover his ears, but too small to manage. What a harmonious family, right? The Saugers clan has a special ritual, the choosing ceremony. When kids turn 1, lots of items get laid out on a table in front of them. People guess the child's future based on what they pick. Scene shifts to Den's birthday party. Tons of guests. It's young Master Den's 1st birthday today. He's won already. Time flies. 2 noble guys chatted. The ladies became a summoner and a mage, right? Wonder what the young master will choose. An old man nearby said, we'll know after the ritual. Let's head in. Inside, the party hall buzzed. Noble ladies and duchesses gathered. The banquet hall stretched long, packed with people. Up top, a table held various weapons. Den sat in front of them. People whispered, oh, the sisters brought their items too. So cute. When they grow up. Lily held Den, sat him on the table, his face grumpy. Pick what you like, okay? Den glanced around, thought, ooh, what do I do? Everyone's expecting me to grab their thing. Akon crossed his arms, smirked inwardly. Little Den'll go for the dragon tail for sure. Dragon tail, scented with rare Dukrin, turns heavy and sharp like its owner's mana when infused, a mystical spear. Lily eyed the spear beside her, chuckled. It's the spear I used my whole life. Pick Dad's spear, Den. He's too pretty to be an assassin. But Den grabbed the dagger instead. Night Omen, made of Eterin, holds all elements, mixes with tons of poisons. Arabella, hand on hip, smirked confidently. HMPH, Den's definitely gonna be a great mage. He'll follow me to the academy later. The spatial pouch. Only mages or magic talents can use it. Unlike Arabella, Claire looked nervous, hoped her little brother picked her pouch. If Den learns summoning, I'll take him flying on my dragon. The summoning seal, a summoner's mark. They use it to call their creatures based on talent. Claire thought, it's my dream, little bro. Den eyed the treasures and weapons on the table, glanced at the four's expressions, sweated inwardly. Oh no, why do I feel like I can hear all their thoughts? Den closed his eyes, sighed unconsciously, looking at the four family items. So annoying, but no dodging it. Den gave up, crawled forward with both hands. Which one do I take? The crowd below watched his every move, eyes glued. Den peeked down. Right, I'll pick based on their faces. The crowd buzzed. Ooh, he's choosing. Akon's eyes gleamed, hands clasped, thrilled. Yes, Den, pick what you want, ideally something long and solid. Lily shook her head beside him. No, short and sharp's better. Arabella pointed at her pouch. That's my favorite. Consider it yours. Claire whispered nervously. Den, summon with me. Den was speechless with this family, reached out. Then his eyes widened, shocked. A blinding light flashed in front of him. The four items on the table glowed, faintly gold. Den freaked out inside. Huh? What's happening? Wait. Lily turned, worried. What's going on? Akon shook his head. No clue. Arabella and Claire stepped forward, scared. The crowd below saw it, chattered. Everyone see that? Alpha reacted, oh wow, how's that possible? A man in white robes sighed, looks like the young master's an all-round genius. Den, clueless, laughed big, ha ha ha, I was already awesome on the battlefield. He opened his mouth, but this life's on another level. Arabella turned to Akon, anxious, Dad, what do we do? Has this ever happened? Akon, stunned, gaped. I can't even believe it. Akon and Lily exchanged looks, 3 dots over their heads. Then Alpha turned to Den. So, we all teach him, right? Akon and Claire's jaws dropped. Wait, all of us? Den glanced at them, smiled. At the training yard, weapon clashes rang out nonstop. Occasionally, a loud noise would draw attention, a sudden slash as if even the wind was being torn apart. Right after, one person staggered back several steps. On the other side, a hand gripping a spear trembled slightly. The dust rising showed that a fierce battle had just taken place. It turned out to be the father and son of Count Icon Soars, practicing together. Icon nodded in satisfaction, praising, well done, Den, you've completely mastered the techniques I taught you. Den Soars, only 7 years old, smiled shyly and thanked his father. The man ruffled his son's hair and laughed heartily. Good, good, as expected of my son. Nearby, someone approached carrying something. Den's eyes suddenly glanced over, a hint of curiosity in his expression. Icon asked Herman. The man bowed respectfully and replied, Sir, I have brought it. Icon's voice became excited. Yes. Perfect timing. Then, looking at his son, he said, Den, this is ... He reached out, took hold of the spear, and announced, This is your birthday present. I originally planned to give it to you at the party, but I wanted you to have it earlier. Smiling with pride, he gestured, Take it. I prepared this for 2 years. It was crafted by a famous artisan in the capital. Den stared in astonishment at the gift his father had carefully prepared. Icon spoke gently, Happy early birthday, Den. The boy let go of the weapon in his hand. Then, reaching out, he took the spear and promised, Thank you, Father. I will use it well. As he admired the spear's gleaming tip, he thought, Amazing. The sharp silver tip, the black shaft, the perfect combination made it look stunning. He lifted it effortlessly. It was surprisingly light. How is it? Icon asked suddenly. Do you like it? Den beamed. Yes, I love it. Icon nodded in approval. Good. I had it made specifically for your build, so get used to it. Then he spun the spear a few times, grinning excitedly. Watching his son closely, Icon's face was filled with affection. Suddenly, he asked, Den, do you remember the difference between a spear and a sword? He reached out and grabbed a nearby weapon. Den thought for a moment, then answered, the length of a spear keeps opponents at a distance, and the small contact area increases attack efficiency. Icon nodded in approval. Correct. Even Herman smiled and nodded along. Then Icon added, however, at a certain level, it becomes harder to use than a sword. This is the fundamental problem of a spear. To attack, you must maintain a minimum distance. Smiling faintly, he reassured, but don't worry. Every weapon has its strengths and weaknesses. Even the sword, considered the perfect weapon, has its flaws. Den grinned, yes, I understand. Icon tightened his grip on his weapon. Well then, he spun it like a windmill. Since you have a new spear, let me show you something interesting. Den's eyes widened in disbelief. He watched every movement of his father without blinking. So this is the power of a rank 6 spearman. Just the mana he's releasing is overwhelming. While demonstrating, Icon kept his eyes closed. One foot shifted slightly backward. His grip on the spear tightened. Then he pointed the spear forward. Streams of mana swirled around the tip. Den gasped as a dazzling light flared up. At the spear's tip, a vortex formed, an incredible sight, with just a thrust. Icon explained, the reason the space here distorts is that I released mana and thrust at the same time. This technique optimizes the core's properties by concentrating mana into one point. Den recalled what he knew and responded. Yes, I've heard my sisters say that humans can surpass their physical limits. As the number of cores increases, so do their boundaries. He lowered his head, a hint of sorrow crossing his face. In my past life, I had 4 cores. Icon smirked proudly. Exactly, you learn fast. Your father has 6 mana cores. Den was shocked. 6 in his mind. He thought, if I hadn't died, I would have reached this level too. Suddenly, his father grabbed his shoulders. Why don't you try? Icon suggested, use your new spear. Den hesitated, then nodded, yes, father. Noticing his son's troubled expression, he reminded him, relax your mind, forget everything else, and just thrust. Den widened his clear eyes and looked at his father. Then obediently, he replied, yes. Holding the spear with both hands, he familiarized himself with its weight, recalling his past life. When he first discovered his sword talent, he took a deep breath. I never had any interest in spears. I only kept one as a backup. His stance shifted, legs spread, eyes locked on his target. All right, time to give it my all. He closed his eyes briefly, thoughts swirling in his mind. Icon observed every movement, noting his stance is quite solid. He furrowed his brows. It took me 7 years to master this technique. With Den's talent, I wonder ... Suddenly, a strange sound rang out. The next moment, the space shattered like glass. Icon was stunned, watching as the surroundings darkened, mouth agape at the sight before him. The spearhead seemed to contain an immense power. Icon couldn't hold back his curiosity. Den, how did you do that? As Den withdrew his spear, space returned to normal. His father burst into laughter. Ha! I'm truly amazed. Den looked up and answered obediently. When I thrust, I concentrated my mana at a single point and infused it into the spear tip. Then I cut off the flow. Icon's eyes widened. Wait, you infused mana and then cut it off. Den, did you create a mana core? Den nodded, yes. While reading a book about mana core formation, I practiced and managed to do it. Though in his mind, he admitted, actually, I created it while practicing mana breathing. His father's laughter echoed across the training ground. Reading a book and forming a core. Truly, our family has birthed a genius. He knelt before his son, placing a hand on his shoulder. I've sensed it since you were young, but now I'm certain, one day, you'll become an exceptional warrior. Den smiled, but in his heart, he added, Father, you'll be even more surprised in the future. His father's satisfied smile lingered as he wondered, will my son truly become a summoner, an assassin, a spearman, or a mage? Today was Densor's 7th birthday, the youngest son of the Sojist family. The invited guests dressed in their finest attire. The lively music made the atmosphere even more vibrant. The banquet table was filled with delicious dishes. Laughter and chatter echoed throughout. The dukes raised their glasses in celebration. A man holding a wine glass approached, laughing, ha ha ha. Icon, long time no see. The Duke of Icon smiled in return. Duke Butte, how have you been? The other side burst out laughing. Oh god, no need to be so formal. Just talk normally. This guy's the poet pen of the greatest family in the Andean Empire, the leader of the Poemine Duchy. Duke Akon whispered, lots of people are watching us. I'll act normal later. Duke Pen laughed. Got it, haha. Whatever you want. Then asked, where's that kid anyway? Akon called out, Ren, come here. Say hi to Duke Poemine, son. Hearing that familiar name, Duke Poemine paused. Agric's battle memories flashed back. Didn't expect to meet him here. Seeing the boy, Pen asked, so this kid's the son you always brag about, huh? He introduced himself. My name's Dancer Pressa, but inside his heart was raging. I can't hold back my anger seeing him again. On the outside, he stayed polite. It's an honor to meet you, Duke Poemine. The Duke didn't hold back praise. Your son's so well behaved. Seems like he never gives you trouble. Pen asked, so he's learning spearmanship like you, right? Akon nodded. Yup, that's right. Hearing this, he was shocked. Didn't expect his dad to praise him like that outside. Akon saw his son's expression, felt something was off, but couldn't figure out what. Suddenly, a red-haired girl walked up slowly, said politely, hello, Mrs. Talk. This girl was Layla Poemine, the youngest daughter of Duke Poemine. She introduced herself. My name's Layla Poemine. It's an honor to meet you. In the banquet hall, a three-tiered cake stood tall. Soft melodies filled the air. People danced together. Pianists and violinists lost themselves in their music. Everyone enjoyed the beautiful tunes. On the other side, Akon stood with a glass of wine, chatting with Pen. How's your wife these days? Pen sighed helplessly. I've tried everything. Still no progress. Akon's eyes showed sympathy. You've worked hard. I'm sure she'd get better soon. Pen looked down, smiled. If I suddenly disappear, forgive me. I'd have used magic to rush back to the capital. After talking, Pen looked up, didn't see Den, asked, where'd that kid Den go? Pen shared his thoughts. I really like Den. That kid's pretty sharp. I wanted to talk to him more. Akon shook his head. No clue. I don't see Layla either. Pen glanced at the window, faintly saw two small figures outside. Pen smiled. Looks like both kids got bored of this party. Layla grinned. I don't like following Dad everywhere, but now I'm glad I came along. Under the moonlight, he looked even more handsome. Den nodded. Great. Our land's really beautiful and peaceful. Layla felt annoyed. Every day people come looking for us. Her eyes dimmed. Complained. It's always like that. Nobles show up at Poemine all the time. Sometimes even royals. Layla wanted freedom. Didn't like being tied down by them. Every time I have to greet them, I hate it. I'd rather wear simple clothes and sword fight. Hearing Layla liked sword fighting, Den was surprised. Oh wow, so she uses a sword. Seeing him quiet, Layla asked, what about you, hum? Den thought for a bit, said, I like both. This place isn't as lively as the capital. He added, but I look forward to spear practice every day. Layla's eyes widened. Spear, ha. Then, remembering something, Layla spoke up. Oh right, I forgot your dad's nickname. Earl Sugis the Green Whirlwind. I heard from my dad how great he is. So you want to join the academy too? Den shook his head. No, not for that reason. Layla tilted her head. Why then? Layla asked curiously. Isn't training for the academy the obvious goal? Getting in is super hard. Den lowered his face, scratched his head shyly. I want to train, so when I get there, I can do better. Layla blinked, stared. But what if you make it? Den said cheerfully, then I'll try again. Den laughed. If I still fail, I'll just think that path's not for me. Layla looked at him skeptically. I don't believe it. Layla asked, aren't you afraid of disappointing your family? Den shook his head. Not really. Hearing this, Layla's eyes sparkled with envy. So jealous. In my family, failure's a disgrace. Oh, forget I said that. Den looked at Layla, sighed inwardly, didn't know noble families worried about stuff like that, then said, Why think that way? You seem really good already. Hearing this, Layla got excited. Really? Can you check out my sword skills then? Caught off guard by her sudden request, Den went, "Higher sword skills?" Layla nodded eagerly. Yeah, Den agreed. Sure, but just for a bit. Her eyes lit up. Talking about swords made Layla uncontrollably happy. Awesome. Where's your training ground? Den chuckled. Follow me. A short trip won't hurt, right? They headed to the training yard together. Layla grabbed a sword, swung it through the air. Her body moved smoothly, so agile. Watching her strikes, Den was impressed, thought, wow, she attacked and defended so fluidly, her timing was spot on. He rubbed his chin, but after a while her rhythm got a bit messy. Layla swung till she was sweaty, turned to Den. How was it? Den gave a thumbs up. Amazing, really cool to watch. Her eyes widened, stared at him. Really, seeing her eager face, he felt a bit awkward. In his head, he thought, maybe I should tell her, pointed at her. Yeah, but from the third move, you took half a step too much. Layla looked puzzled. Den recalled her moves, explained, from what I saw, that stance was off. You overstepped a bit, so your later strikes veered off. Layla's eyes went round, stared at Den. Seeing her freeze at his analysis, he felt bad. Was I too blunt? Sorry if I upset you. Den said, it's been a while since I last saw sword skills like TH. Before he finished, Layla cut in. I get it now. Then Layla picked up her sword, started adjusting her pace based on Den's advice. The missing piece I needed. While swinging hard, her foot tripped. She fell. Layla crashed into Den, hugged him, laughed off the embarrassment. Deep down she wanted to say, thanks so much, Den. Den, being hugged, felt uneasy. Hey, what are you? Layla ignored it, rubbed her cheek against his. You've got sharp eyes, spotting my mistake after so long. Thanks, I'll remember this. Den pushed her off. You're suffocating me. Let's put the swords away. Layla grinned sheepishly. Ups, sorry. Layla leaned close to his face, smirked mischievously. Den fixed his clothes, thought, why'd she suddenly hug me like that? The mood got awkward, then someone shouted, Young Master Den, where are you, Lady Layla? They both heard it. Looks like they're looking for us. Den said, let's head back. Layla nodded. Yeah. Two servants finally found them. There you are. Where are you to go? We've been searching forever. Den was led into the evening. Lily brought her gift to Den. Happy 7th birthday. Congrats on getting your first mana core. Happy birthday, Den. He took it gratefully. Thank you, Mom and Dad. He opened the box, surprised. This is a golden lion-shaped pin. The crest on it was what his sisters always bragged about. Lily smiled. Keep it safe, okay, Ren. Then Lily explained, this pin will prove your honor and status. After she said that, people below started wishing him well. Happy birthday, young Master Ren. You're finally not a Sora's outsider. You'll be as great as the Earl. Den turned to his parents. They smiled happily at him. In his heart he thought, this is the first time so many people cheered for me. Suddenly the whole room shook, like an earthquake had hit. Everyone screamed in fear. What's that noise? Damn it, an intruder. Stuff in the room fell and shattered. Den looked back worried. Dad, Akon calmed him. Stay calm, no need to panic. Akon looked up at the ceiling. It's starting again. Thought we'd have peace today. Lily gently patted Den's head, asked, can you guess who it is, Den? Hearing that, Den's face went blank, confused in his mind. No way. A surge of power slowly appeared on the ceiling, right where his birthday was being held. Magic light started glowing, spreading wider. The whole room filled with magical light. Everyone looked up, their faces showing fear. The crowd panicked, asked, what's that? Suddenly a figure appeared from the ceiling. It was Arabella. She landed lightly on her feet in front of everyone. Arabella touched down, asked, did I check the clock? She spread her arms, asked her sister, I'm not late, right? The nobles calmed down. It's Lady Arabella, something like that. Arabella walked forward. Whispers followed. She just used instant teleportation. Wow, heard you need at least level 5 for a small portal. Our lady's a genius. Den was speechless about his oldest sister. She's still loud and flashy as ever. Suddenly, everyone looked out the window up at the sky, a monster up there. The crowd freaked out, looked closer. Oh god, it's a Hwidian. This time it's Lady K. Claire sat on a giant dragon, appearing before everyone. She muttered, "Guess I'm pretty late." Claire jumped off the dragon's back. As Claire walked in, people whispered, heard she's a genius summoner, taming a Hwidian at just 16. Claire frowned, walked to Arabella. "You're here already?" Claire replied reluctantly, "Yeah." Then both approached Den. They smiled sweetly. "Happy birthday, Ren. Congrats, little bro." Both sisters handed him gift boxes. "Hope you have a great birthday, Ren." "Me too." Den stayed quiet, a bit shy, smiled back. "Thanks for coming all this way to celebrate." Arabella nodded. "Of course we had to. Now open them. You'll love it." Akon watched Arabella and Claire prepare gifts for Den. Felt left out, sulked. "They only gave me a letter for my birthday, yet they got gifts for the youngest." Lily beside him hid a laugh. Den opened Arabella's gift, gasped, "Sis, isn't this a spatial pouch?" Arabella nodded happily, explained, "Exactly, I designed it myself. Top-level spatial magic. Me and my professor made it." Den smiled sincerely. "Thank you, sis." In his mind he knew, engraving spatial magic onto an item is crazy hard. Arabella held up a ring with spatial magic, offered, "Here, let me put it on you." But what's harder is crafting something that can handle the engraving. Arabella slid it onto his finger, warned, "I coated it with your genes. Only you can use it. It's one of a kind." Looking at the ring with its glowing blue gem, Den was silent. Lily leaned down, pointed out, "Based on the faint mono waves, that's a top-grade magic stone, right?" Arabella added, "If you send some mana into it, it'll open a subspace. No more fiddling with bags." Den grinned. "So cool." Den stared at the ring, amazed. "Something this valuable. Thank you so much, sis. It's an item only rich folks like noble commanders or mages use on battlefields. Never thought I'd have one." He tried sending mana into the ring. It glowed. Arabella gasped, "Oh, it'll adjust as you grow too." Seeing the light keep shining, Akon's eyes widened, jaw dropped. "Don't tell me." Even Claire frowned. Duke Penn and his son gaped too. Arabella couldn't believe it. "You opened the subspace faster than me. You're a real genius, Den." Arabella didn't hold back praise. "You're amazing, little bro. Both of you might already have cores and mana ranks." Claire handed her gift box to Den. Den opened mine too. Den took it, started unwrapping. "Sure, thank you." Inside was a golden egg with red spots. Den held it up, puzzled. "Huh, why's this egg?" Claire saw him treat it like a normal egg, warned, "It's not just an egg. Be careful." Den still confused. "Huh, what is it then?" The whole family tilted their heads, full of questions. Claire whispered to Den, "It's a familiar. She tried summoning a Kron once. This came up. Don't know what beast it'll be, but everyone knows how valuable it is." Den still stared at the egg, unsure. Then it hit him. "Wait, I've heard of this. Familiars aren't like summons. They're different. Once hatched, they stay in this world forever, unlike summoned beasts." Claire patted Den's shoulder, whispered, "No one else knows about it. Just you. Keep it secret till it hatches." He smiled, nodded, "Got it." Seeing them whisper without her, Arabella stomped over, annoyed. "What are you two mumbling about so long?" Claire ignored her, kept whispering to Den, "I don't even know when it'll hatch." Claire went on, "So send mana into it every morning and night. Make it recognize you as its master." Den nodded firmly. "Yes, I'll do that." Lily leaned down, laughed. "Haha, look at these amazing gifts. Your sisters came back just in time, Haren." He replied, "Yeah, Mom, it's awesome." Akon felt ignored, cleared his throat. "Ahem, alright, princesses. I'm glad you made it back despite saying you couldn't. But shouldn't you greet your parents too?" Arabella jumped, whined, "Oh, Dad, how have you been? I got caught up giving Dan his gift. Sorry." Then all three father and kids burst out laughing. It's fine. Icon rubs the heads of two people. The kids seem healthy. Traveling such a long way to meet their youngest sibling. Rest well, both of you. Fan replies, "Yes, father." Lela stands for off, watching the family laugh and chat happily. Then Leila's eyes dim, showing something deeper. Dawn glances over, noticing Layla's face doesn't look good. Seeing Layla bow her head with a lonely vibe, Dawn wonders, she's leaving now, huh? Dawn feels it, but why does she look so lonely? Scene shifts to the courtyard outside, but strolls outside, she's even better than I expected. But recalls the girl leaping down from the air, as expected from the Academy's top mage. Truly a rare talent. She'd match my son perfectly, the Academy's best swordsman. But thinks, if the two families unite, we could build a force even the Imperial family couldn't touch. No one could mess with my clan or descendants then. But lowers his face, sighs, alright, I should bring up the engagement of our eldest kids in today's talk. He suddenly hears a sound behind him. What's that noise? But glances at the training yard. They're busy practicing, Who's training this early? Inside, Den spins a spear, moving smoothly. His eyes flash, then he stops, spinning toward the back. He keeps striking the air with the spear, fast enough to cut the wind. His feet move nimbly, kneeling low. His other hand thrusts the spear forward, creating an illusion, but stands aside, watching his moves. In his mind, a bit shocked, oh, the youngest of the Saurus house. Den keeps training, unaware of but, who thinks, surprising, his focus and movements don't match a 7-year-old at all. Watching Den strikes, even simple thrusts, show skill that seasoned soldiers could learn from. Den suddenly stops, breathing hard, but marvels, hard to believe, truly. He sees Den resume training. I heard rumors of his amazing talents at just 1 year old, thought it was nonsense, but it's real. His feet shift nimbly back and forth, hearing Den's breaths, but notices, wait, that stance and footwork look like a swordsman's too. No way he's learned swordplay this young. Den seems to sense someone, stopping abruptly. He slings the spear over his shoulder, then spins it. I don't know who you are, but better come out instead of hiding. But tucked aside, didn't expect this. Crap, he caught me. Den glances back, seeing Bud step out, but walks, thinking, more importantly, that footwork feels so familiar. I've seen it somewhere. He speaks, sorry, kid, but says, I didn't mean to spy. Den turns, rushing over, it's you, Duke, but stares at Den, sizing him up. He looks into Den's eyes, realizing those aren't the eyes of an ordinary kid. Den speaks, I'm Den Sost, youngest son of the Sost house. Greetings, Duke But a bit sheepish says, I got caught up watching the Saurus recruits train this morning. Forgot myself. Forgive me, kid. Den nods casually. I forgive you. Thought I'd get a different reply, but startled, thinking, this kid's bold. His gaze shifts to Den's spear-holding hand and small, upright frame. Now I notice. How's his body not trembling after training so long? At his age, I didn't even have a Manhwa core, but praises, your thrusts are great. You must have inherited Icon's talent. That spear you're holding. Knowing what he means, Den nods. Yes, someone told me my father prepared this spear for me. He bows slightly, smiling. I'm grateful you noticed. Seeing Den like that, but smiles too, says nothing. That's the best answer. My son was skilled and well-mannered too, but not like this, still. But imagines, maybe I should arrange a marriage with this side. Suddenly he shifts topics. Actually, my Lila is training with a sword too. But looks at him, adds, you two are the same age. Could be good friends at the academy. Den grins, yes, sir. I'll definitely get along with her. But laughs too, I like your straightforwardness. Young man, anyway, seems I've bothered your training enough. Then but steps away, that's it, As if recalling something, he pauses, asks, oh, I'm curious, have you ever trained with a sword? Den's body stiffens, mind uneasy. Oh no, my habit slipped out without me noticing. He spotted it in one look. He tries to stay calm. No, sir, I've only read some basic swordsmanship textbooks, never practiced, but nods. I see. He squints, thinking odd. I swear I sensed a pure warrior's spirit in him earlier, but seeing Den now, but chuckles at himself. What am I thinking? No way. He's just a kid. After mulling it over, he says goodbye. Oh man, I meant to take a short walk, but I've been out too long. See you later, kid. Den bows politely, yes, sir. Safe travels. But starts to leave, adds, oh, if you visit the capital, come find me. I owe you hospitality for what I've received at this count's castle, and I like you. Den replies earnestly, definitely, sir. Watching him turn away, Den smiles faintly, interesting, wonder if he'll remember me. Gazing at his proud, fading figure, Den thinks, beating the one who once beat me. Just imagining it gets my blood pumping. If I prepare step by step, I can do it. His young face shows resolve, Duke, but this life, I'll defeat you. Later, as Den keeps training, Herman's voice calls, young master, time to head back. Den turns, you've been waiting this whole time. Ha! Herman nods, my duty is to quietly meet your needs. Seeing a towel in front of him, Den says, oh, thanks, thinking Herman could learn assassination. He's got stealth talent. Wiping sweat, he asks, how's everything? Everyone's pretty busy, right? Herman replies, yes, they're preparing hard for the next banquet. Imagining everyone rushing around, nobles already on their way, over 30 noble families arriving on time is tough. Then he asks, oh right, how are my sisters? Herman answers, they opened a teleport gate together and went to the academy. He says, their parents waved goodbye, saying no choice with midterms coming. A bit regretful, too bad, but oh well. Den slings the spear over his shoulder. Let's head back. Herman follows, yes, young master. Recalling the gifts I got before, I should take time to check out what my sisters gave me back then. Thinking of my parents watching my every move, greeting strangers, attending fancy parties with dazzling outfits, all those social events, even eating tons of nutritious food, meeting people for the first time, not knowing what to say. Everything feels like a colorful picture book. Den sighs, ha, living a noble's life is exhausting. My schedule's even busier than usual since it's my birthday. He looks at butterflies fluttering over the flower garden. At least resting here brings some comfort. Den thinks, this garden's well tended, the gardener's skilled. I feel strangely calm watching these flowers. White pure flowers, glamorous roses shining under the warm sun. My eldest sister said flowers hold the most mana in nature. He steps closer, observing the rose patch. Since I've got time, maybe I should analyze their mana. Thinking so, he bows his head, slowly closing his eyes. Petals fall gently in his mind. He's trained as much as he could, but magic and summoning haven't improved much. He still isn't sure what to focus on. He opens his eyes, a hint of worrying on his face. Having too many talents can be tricky. Suddenly Den exclaims, the flower's mana, a tiny bloom with such a strong, wild flow. A bold thought hits him. If someone could sense natural mana and make it their own, it'd settle in their body, becoming a magic layer. He reaches down, mana flows into his hands. This body's mana pull is insane. Den stands, laughing happily. I can see what others only sense with their sixth sense. Haha. He watches the flow wrap around his hand. There it is. I used to barely feel mana. Now it's getting clearer. Den clenches his fist, gripping it in the air. Transparent petals seem to signal something. His emerald eyes widen in surprise. Huh, what just happened? Nearby, to boys walk and talk. I'm bored. We just got here and Dad's already busy with other nobles, sidelining us, introducing us, then sending us back to our room like last time. The other hesitates. Can we do that, bro? Dogon steps onto the rose patch, saying, it's not our birthday. Who cares? You think the little sore's heir would notice? His foot crushed the flowers, petals scattering. Both vent their frustration on the blooms. Damn it, I think we're lost again. Why build such a huge garden? Den stands there, lost in thought, ignoring them. Dina calls out, bro, someone's over there. Dogon looks. Maybe that kid's lost too. He shouts, hey, you, that outfit, you a servant or what? Doesn't matter. Den frowns, turning to the rude voice. Dogon gestures obviously lead us out. Seeing them stomp the flowers, Den runs over, yelling, get off there. Don't you see what you're stepping on? Dogon snaps back. What's your deal, yelling at us just for stepping on some grass? Den questions. Why walk on the flowers instead of the path? You ruin them. Dogon mocks, small kid, big mouth. He boasts, do you even know who I am? Den fires back, yeah, a jerk wrecking flower beds. Dogon raises a hand, jerk. Huh, who do you think you're talking to? Servant. He grabs Den's collar, shouting, I'm the son of Count Turin, a VIP in this castle. Den's eyes flicker with surprise. Count Turin. Recalling the past, that noble got captured after I beat him in battle, an annoying guy, like father, like son. Dogon threatens, even in the southern countryside, you've heard of the Turin name, famous in the capital, we can make someone like you vanish without a trace, so watch your mouth. Seeing his attitude, Den thinks, talking to this guy's pointless. A fist clenches, ready to swing. Dogon yells, you crazy, a lowly servant glaring at me like that. A sharp sound cuts through. No one's sure what's happening. Dogon's eyes widen in shock. Den slams his head into him. His head smashes Dogon's nose. Dina, seeing this, looks worried. Calls out, bro. He rushes over. Dina bends down, checking his brother, you okay? Dogon touches his nose, sees blood, roars. This lunatic. What the hell? My nose is bleeding. His bloody hand shakes, I'll kill that bastard. Den smirks, finding it laughable. He taunts, you kill me, go ahead and try. Dogon, furious at his attitude, snaps, you're insane. Fine, let's go all out. Dina, worried, says, bro, fix your nose first. Den warns, stay there. Seeing Dogon's aggression, Den just glances dismissively. He steps back, easily dodging a punch. Dogon swings again, Den ducks fast. Dogon grumbles, this kid's slippery. Watching him attack with no real power, Den wonders, his footwork's off. He's no weapon user. Even now, Den dodges and thinks, so he's a mage or summoner. Dina sees his brother swinging but missing, calls out, bro. Dogon, sweating pants, this kid's too fast. I can't catch him. Den steps back quickly. A punch grazes him, that magic flow from earlier. He wonders if I control that magic with my will. Could I turn it physical? Should I try? Suddenly, boom, a blinding light flashes. Dina's jaw drops at the sight. Den raises his hand. Light pours from him. Dogon gets blasted back. A long skid mark appears on the ground. He frowns in pain, yelling, the nosebleed won't stop. Mana flows around. Dina calls out again, bro. Looking at the scattered rose petals, Den frowns. Oh no, the garden's ruined. Dogon props himself up on the ground. He curses loudly, damn it. You can use magic. Who are you? Dina beside him pleads, bro, stop. This'll turn bad. Dogon brushes him off. Get out of the way. I'll kill that jerk. Then raises his voice. Hear my call. The space around Dogon darkens. Den stunned, realizing he's a summoner. Red light swirls into a vortex. From it, a Evolve slowly emerges. It bares its fangs, claws slashing, looking fierce. He laughs smugly. Haha, how's this? My summon Zenpu. I'll show you the price of messing with Dogon Turin. Zenpu, rip him apart. Den rubs his chin, sizing it up. An ordinary Volf can't compare to Sister Claire. She summons dragons. The Volf opens its mouth, showing sharp teeth. Dogon orders, that's it, tear that dog's throat out. Den narrows his eyes at the Volf, not scared at all. Zenpu's pupils shrink. Then it bolts off, legs scrambling. Even its tail wags wildly, no trace of that scary vibe. Now Zenpu stands by Den, staring at the brothers, both gape in fear at the boy and Volf. It lowers its head, eyes submissive. Dogon shouts in panic, what's happening, Zenpu? What are you doing? Rip that jerk's throat out. Dina exclaims, bro, it's wagging its tail. Dogon, shocked, asks, what did you do, Zenpu? Den ignores them, pats its head. Good boy. He still doesn't get it. How'd this happen? Recalling when Claire's dragon let him pet it, he thinks, even her summons were friendly, figured it was our bloodline. Den strokes its rough fur. In a situation like this, no connection. The brothers can't figure out why Zenpu switched sides. Maybe I've got high charm, meaning that jerk's charm hit rock bottom. Ignoring his bloody nose, Dogon yells, nonsense. How can a summon betray its master? Den looks up, asking, so you want to keep going? Dogon's still fired up. You little. Dina grabs him, crying, bro, stop. We've lost. He knows he's outmatched, mutters to Dina, quiet. I'll cancel the summon. Dina sobs, bro, actually I. Hearing the odd tone, Dogon looks down. Turns out Dina wet himself in fear. He half laughs, half cries, damn, so embarrassing, kindly says, look, bathroom's on the main building's first floor. Dogon grabs his brother's hand, pulls him along. After a few steps, he turns back. You wait there, I'll be back. Let's go, Dina. Den silently watches them leave, then calls, hey, at least take your summon back. The sunset glows. Den looks at his hand, thinking, it's actually pretty simple. Seeing faint links, just like Claire taught, the weak bond between that jerk and Zenpu. He raises his hand, carefully overrides it with magic, linking Zenpu to himself. Den walks, hand up, watching the Vol float above, moving with his steps, thinking, I've got no summoning ties. Light sparkles brightly. High charm alone let him summon. A sound suddenly grabs his attention. That bully kid again. Dogon brings his dad, complaining, yes, that jerk. Den smirks inwardly. Ha, that idiot's made it big now. He rants, he didn't just bully me and Dina. He stole my link with Zenpu. A fat man waddles over. He introduces himself. I'm Mugatirun, head of the Count Turin family, a great noble, then demands, you're the kid who messed up my son's face and took his summon. Den nods politely. Yes, that's right. Recalling the guy's sorry state from his past life. He's fatter now than when I captured him. Peace suits him. Muget points at Den. As a guest, I'd let it slide, but this can't be ignored. He frowns. Why are you alone here? State your identity. Knowing he can't hide, Den sighs. Then declares boldly, I'm Den Sost, youngest son of Icon Sost, southern lord and head of the Count Sost family. Dogon and Muget gasp together. What? Seeing Den, they can't believe this kid's Den. They stare. Muget thinks, Sost's youngest, looks like the tables turned. His mind races, captured by that Agrid guy. He gained nothing in battle. I'll flip this. Make the Count pay. Use it to claim mining rights. Those snobby nobles will kneel. Muget asks smugly, you're the birthday host. Den nods. That's right. Seeing his calm vibe, Muget grits his teeth. I didn't come to this backwater south just to celebrate you. He gestures to his son. So, kid, what will you do about this? Acting righteous, he says, you hurt my son, a guest you invited. Took his summon too, that's a crime. Den frowns, face darkening, hearing Muget ramble. Yes, today's your downfall. I'll talk to Count Sost, make him answer. Let's go. Watching petals fall, roses crushed, Den speaks slowly. I get it, but first, I want an apology. Muget scoffs at the absurdity. What, an apology? Ridiculous. Dogon chimes in. That jerk. Den explains clearly, yes, I hit your son's nose, hurt him, but he threatened me. I just defended myself. I didn't steal Zenpu, it chose me. Dogon snaps confidently, what? Zenpid never do that. Dad, he's lying. Muget rubs his chin, thinking, wait, the second daughter's a genius summoner, right? I see. She must have taught him how to break links. He smugly thinks he's got it all figured out. Even if the kid's telling the truth. It's sad the summon got taken, but you're demanding an apology. Den replies, yes, exactly. Dogon snaps angrily. Who does this kid think he is, acting like that? Muget frowns, judging, so arrogant, interrupting while adults talk. Muget sighs inwardly, dealing with this kid's a headache. His tone calms, fine, I won't scold you. Let's see what Count Sost says about this. Den looks up, hearing that tone. Seems he's really looking forward to it. Noises approach from this side. Someone's coming. It's Icon but Den's dad speaks. You looking for me? Den calls out, father. Dogon sweats, scared, seeing them. Muget stammers. Spotting the man beside Icon, Muget panics inside. Oh no, even Duke means here. Knowing he can't push hard, Dogon explains, my brother and I got lost in the garden, so I asked your son to guide us. Den glances at him. Liar, making up stories, then looks at his dad listening intently. Typical father. He knows his dad cares deeply for family, but he's not the type to play favorites. Dogon points to his nose. Suddenly he hit me. Used some weird trick to mock me. He lies without blinking, so I summoned my beast to scare him, and he stole it, attacked me too. Den bows his head, exasperated. He can lie so smoothly. I'm honestly impressed by his future. After letting his son spin the story in their favor, Muget speaks, Count Sost. He demands justice. I just meant to warn the kid, but stealing someone's summon isn't right. I can't let it slide. Icon stays calm. We can't just hear one side. He reasons fairly. I want Den's story. Then we'll judge everything. Decide. Right. For transparency. He points to But. If you're worried about my call, I'll let Duke Domin weigh in. But nods, if you need me, I'll do it. Muget hears this, speechless. Inside, he curses, damn Domin stepping in. This'll get messy, bad feeling. Icon calls, Den, explain. Den purses his lips, thinking, just lay out what happened. That's enough. He shows everyone the footprints, crushed roses, though it's slightly off from the truth. Some of what Turin's son said is real. Then he raises his voice. But the rose garden we worked hard on, he stomped it, adds, he's the one who grabbed my collar in anger. Scared his actions are exposed, Dogon sweats, stares lies. Since when? Muget opens his mouth, lost for words. Icon urges, go on, Den. Den frowns slightly, continues, also, I heard him clearly. He ordered Zenpu to kill me. Hearing this, but thinks, what 7-year-old talks like that? Den insists firmly, I never stole his summon. Muget suddenly shouts, nonsense. He scoffs, unbelievable, a non-summoner taming a beast must have used some secret skill. Den counters, no, I've got a natural bond with summons. One unhappy with its master can choose me. Muget mocks, hilarious. Icon asks seriously, is that possible? Den nods, yes it is. He laughs aloud, haha, he doesn't want us to buy that. To totally different stories then. But speaks up, they should prove it with the summon. Both Muget and Dogon look nervous, the Duke's getting involved. Icon puts a hand on Den's shoulder. Can you prove it? Den nods, yes, father. Dogon stays quiet, glances at his dad. Muget looks back. His lips tighten, sweat pouring. He panics inside. What do I do? I can't summon Zenpu. Seeing him silent, Muget prods. Dogon, what's wrong? Summon it. He hesitates. Dad, Knowing he can't hide, Dogon admits. I can't. Muget snaps. Why can't you summon what you've called daily? Den smirks. I broke the link. Of course he can't. He speaks. Father, I'll summon it. Seems I need his sigil for that. Dogon's shocked. What? My sigil? No way. You want my sigil? Nonsense. Even with another summoner's unique sigil, it won't work. Icon cuts in. If what you say is true, then using your sigil won't matter. So why not test it, right? Won't it prove you? Dogon bows his head, curses silently. Damn, he's right. I can't argue. Muget, nervous but hopeful, says, show them your sigil. Dogon tears well up, but Dad. Muget goes quiet, then yells, hurry up. So Dogon's sigil is handed to Den. He grips it, a summoner's unique sigil no one else can use, but Zenpu's tied to me now. Dogon's mane is just a tool. Den closes his eyes. Mana swirls around him. Finally, Zenpu appears. It bows, letting Den pet it. Sure enough, it answers my call. Then it licks his cheek, trying to please. Icon and but gape, stunned. Dogon blurts, Dad, how's my Zenpu? Muget's tones incredulous. Impossible. But marvels, amazing. You said he never learned summoning. Icon replies, true. I'm not sure what caused this. Den gently pets Zenpu. Sorry for calling you just for this. Thanks for showing up. Muget realizes things are out of control. He curses inwardly, damn, this is a disaster. Icon asks, what now? We've confirmed the summon. Then he asks Muget, you agree? Seems Den was right. Muget mumbles, looks like we misunderstood the theft. Muget laughs awkwardly. My son didn't mean to kill Den, right? Den's green eyes narrow. Dogon says, yeah, I just wanted to scare him. never meant to kill. Mugat nudges his son. See, he didn't mean it. Icon glances over, silent, but knows they're downplaying it. Den clenches his fist, furious. This jerk keeps lying. Suddenly, a voice cuts in. That's not true. Everyone turns to the sound. Den sees her, face shocked, watching the girl approach, wondering Layla. Seeing his daughter, but asks, Layla, what are you doing here? The girl replies politely, I heard your voice passing by. Greetings to Count Sost and Count Turin. Mugat stammers, right? Thinking, this kid's the Duke's daughter. Icon gets to the point, so, what do you mean? He's lying. Layla explains, I overheard their talk earlier during my walk. Dogan's shocked. What? She heard everything. Icon gently asks, is that true? Layla, mind telling us what you heard? She nods. It went like this. Then Layla recounts what she knows. Den thinks, didn't expect this, but thanks to her, it worked out. After hearing it all, Mugat yells at his son, Dogon, what are you standing there for? Apologize. Quick. He hesitates. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Icon shakes his head. Save that apology for my son, not me. Mugat stumbles. I get it. Was about to make him do it. Then nudges Dogon. Go on. Knowing he can't dodge, though reluctant, Dogon steps toward Den, then silence, unsure how to start. Den frowns at him. Dogon forces out. Sorry, Den. Layla wonders, just bowing his head because he's cornered with a third-party witness. Is that really an apology? I don't want to accept this. Icon stays quiet, seemingly sharing her thoughts. Den stares at him, thinking, based on my experience, being generous here beats being stubborn. So he speaks, alright, I accept your apology. Dogon, surprised it's so easy, says happily, thanks. Mugat sighs in relief, that was close, but crosses his arms, thinking, knew he was special, he could have refused, the fault's clearly theirs. Icon wraps it up, you two can end this fight now. Den accepted the apology, but personally, I'm not letting this slide. He glares sternly, you meant to kill my son with a summon. Mugat waves his hands, Count Sost, that wasn't. Icon cuts him off, no excuses. Count Turin, take your family and leave this castle. He frowns, mouth agape, thinking, what? I came all this way. No complaints. If I'm kicked out now, it's all for nothing. I need to stay here at all costs. Realizing this, he rushes forward. Mugat grabs Icon's arm, pleading, Count, forgive us. I'll do anything you ask, just this once. But Icon coldly brushes him off. Icon flat out refuses. I need nothing from you. Guards will come to your room soon. Then he turns to leave. Let's go, Duke. But not silently, eyes closed. Come on, Layla. As Den walks, he glances back, eyes saying, serves you right. Watching Mugat scold his son, Den thinks, they started it, simple cause an effect, didn't expect. In the quiet night, Den realizes, my dad's scary when mad, but asks while walking, really, you took it down with a mana bullet? Den nods, yes, sir. He frowns, spear skills, summoning, now magic, incredible, anyone in history this talented. Icon beams proudly, indeed. I'm so proud of such an outstanding son. Layla gapes, amazed, turns to ask, really? Everyone buzzes, talent's one thing, but he's so calm, kids usually get upset, fight to win, not Den. Hearing but praise, no doubt your son will be a fine man. Icon ruffles Den's hair, smiling, too early to say, we'll see when he grows up. Layla looks up, hearing the adults' praise. Today worked out thanks to her. Without her witness, it could have gone differently, but feels awkward. Oh, he sees Layla's good side, if so. He pushes it, she just told what happened. If it's nothing, why not discuss a marriage between them? Icon thinks, don't tell me he wants my son for his daughter. Then he looks at the sky, changing topics. Oh, sun's down, almost party time. Icon hurries off, I'll prep, but calls, Count Sost. He turns to his daughter, Layla, take your time back with Den, then chases Icon. Count, let's talk. She blushes, watching them run and shout down the path. Layla sighs, can't stop dad, then wonders, anyway, why'd the summon ignore its master and obey you? She says slowly, I've seen famous summoner duels in the capital, never anything like this. Den replies, not sure, it just happened. She pouts, you're hiding something unfair, I helped you. He glances, confused, unfair how? I helped you too, didn't I? With sword stuff. Den recalls that time. Layla blushes, remembering how she hugged him in joy, now that he mentions it. True. He nods, yeah, she helped a lot this time. Guess we're even, we can keep helping each other. Layla jumps at it, excited, great idea. Let's use it now. Den thinks, so impatient, wonder what she wants, asks, so what's your question? Thinking of those glowing sparks people mention, she requests, teach me mana bullets. Den surprised, what? Why'd you want that? Layla says eagerly, obviously to get better. I want at least 2 mana cores before the academy. Den's puzzled, she's young. Why rush? She shares honestly, I want to excel, make my mom happy. She loves me so much. She'd be thrilled if I got great fast. He gets it. Oh, heard the adults say. Duchess though means really sick. Den purses his lips, silent, then says, alright, if that's it, I can't refuse. Layla cheers, really, really, then tomorrow. I'll stay till then or tonight. He's not bothered, fine, either way. Mana bullets aren't hard once you grasp magic flow. Her eyes sparkle, voice full of joy. I'm so excited, your turn. What's your request? Den frowns slightly, thinking carefully in the dark. His voice fades. What I want. Scene shifts to the banquet hall. Everyone's enjoying. Someone says mysteriously, her Count Turin got kicked out. Another's curious. What did he do to deserve that? They clink glasses. Heard Turin's eldest caused trouble. The other nods knowingly. Yeah, messed with young Master Den. Got taught a lesson. Came all this way just to embarrass themselves. That voice pipes up. Also, heard rumors young Master Den's an amazing summoner. Everyone gasps, oh, so the Sos family's becoming a summoner powerhouse. Not just that, seems he knows magic too. Someone marvels, wow, is that real? A finely dressed man speaks, so you're young Master Den, the one in the rumors. I'm Baron Open, know anything about the Eastern Open Lands? Den bows, I know a bit, heard it's famous for grilled salmon and sapphires. Open laughs, pleased with the answer. Haha, sharp kid, yes, open salmon and sapphires are the best in these 6 lands. He nudges his daughter, heard you're talented in many areas. Seems true, anyway, brought my girl here, almost forgot to introduce her. Shinvia, say hi. A small foot in blue doll shoes steps forward, Den's shocked. What? So sudden. A blue-haired girl in matching clothes introduces herself. Hello, I'm Shinvia, nice to meet you. Den stammers, yeah, I'm Den. Suddenly Shinvia steps closer. She covers her mouth, whispering mysteriously, you're the future Sost heir. Right, he hesitates, not sure about that. Shinvia grabs his hands, don't play dumb. You're skilled in lots of stuff. Take care of me. We might be family someday. He's speechless, but stays polite. Sure, I'll help. Thinking, kids these days are so blunt. Seeing them holding hands, Layla's eyes widen. Den, you're here. Den wonders, calls, Layla. While Shinvia frowns, surprised, Lady Layla. They let go, Layla's face darkens. Who's this? Den fumbles, she's. Shinvia introduces herself again. Greetings, Princess. I'm Shinvia Open, eldest daughter of Baron Open. Layla frowns. Oh, nice to meet you. Seeing the girls smile awkwardly, Den's head hurts. That familiar tension. Recalling Ariella and Claire acting the same, he concludes, girls are scary. Layla suddenly grabs his hand. Sorry, borrowing Den. She looks at him. We had plans, right? Den's confused. Then gets it. Oh, yeah, sorry, Shinvia, talk later. Shinvia forces a smile. Yeah, too bad. They hurry off. Layla grumbles. Yeah, she's saying you're awful. Her face darkens. The Duke's precious daughter, second only to the Emperor. How dare she steal him? Layla glances back at Shinvia, standing alone, annoyed, muttering, compared to that Eastern Baron's girl, they don't match. In the dark, Layla asks, how'd you meet? Is she your fiancé? Den denies, fiancé, no, just a greeting. She smirks. Really? He glares, annoyed, of course, then sees her smile brighten, thinking her mood flipped fast. He leads her somewhere mysterious. Look, we're here. My secret spot. She gasps. Who'd know a place like this exists? Den nods, proud. Yeah, no one will bother us here. Then he steps forward. Layla follows, excited. Seeing the ancient scenery, she squeals, amazing. Didn't know this existed. Layla looks up, murmuring, no one'll know what we do here. Den agrees, right? Perfect for training. Ever felt mana? She hesitates. A little, not enough for a core. Tried breathing it in. He frowns, so you haven't hit the awakening stage. Surprised inside, I self-taught on battlefields. Thought the Duke's house would have trained her. Den takes a deep breath, then speaks. Start simple. First feel the mana you take into your body. Layla asks, feel it inside? He nods, yeah. To release mana, control it inside first. Imagine it. She repeats, imagine. Den raises a finger, spins it, guiding, close your eyes. Picture mana swirling in you. He smiles, joking, like blood in your veins. Layla listens, confused, clenches her fists. Okay, I'll try. Still, her expression shows. She doesn't get it. He offers his hand. This'll set you up to use mana. Feet apart, balance steady, a basic step. Layla's body relaxes. I know you can do it. Then she shuts her eyes tight, brows furrowed, still tense. Den watches every little change. Layla suddenly says, it's not working. He comforts. It's basic. But your first try. Focus. Nearby, Icon hides behind a tree, watching the kids. He chuckles softly. Oh ho, young, but my son's teaching others. Seeing them, one teaching, one learning, Icon's pleased, you've grown. But's voice surprises him from behind. What are you doing here? He jumps, whispering, oh gods, Duke, but glances around, unsure what's up. He crosses his arms, smirks. Haha, no need to freak out. Some late night secret date. Icon stammers. What date? How'd you get here? But Bose, did I intrude? Still, you're sneaking sloppy. Your wife's a legendary assassin. You learned nothing. Icon's embarrassed. I tried my best. But teases, if the estate's lord spies on people, they'll gossip. Old friend, Icon's out of words. Spying, just following my son. But laughs, you too, I'm following my daughter. Icon's speechless. I shouldn't say this, but you're a hopeless dad. Suddenly a surprised voice from the kids. You just found it. Show me. Both go quiet, eavesdropping. Their Den touches a barrier. Layla gasps, you've got a spatial pouch. He nods, yeah, my sister made it, gave it to me. She's super jealous. Ooh, so lucky. My brothers ignored me since starting at the academy. From the pouch, Den pulls something out. Seeing him set up a mirror, Layla wonders, why a mirror? Den explains briefly, bought it for this. Seeing yourself helps. She's skeptical. What, really? He nods, picturing stuff's easier with a mirror than just imagination. Layla's still doubtful. Really? He says, yeah, stand in front, look at yourself. She steps over. Alright, I'll try. Then Layla repeats the earlier moves. Den watches closely, thinking she's pretty serious. She suddenly makes weird noises, but whispers, Layla's taken to your son. Icon asks quietly, obvious, but knowing his daughter, nods, of course. She's not usually this open. Icon's puzzled. What happened? She's a bright kid. But's face darkens, silent. Recalling her lonely back, his voice lowers. Looks that way. Inside, I'm not sure. After her brothers left for the academy, her mom's bedridden. Can't be with her like before. Layla nursed her mom. That's why she's guarded. So that's it. Icon's still confused. But you understand her so well. Why act cold to your own daughter? But bows his head, says softly, haven't you noticed? Open laughs, satisfied. Haha. Smart kid, yes. Open salmon and sapphires are unmatched across these 6 lands. He nudges his daughter. Heard you're gifted in many fields. Seems true. Anyway, brought my girl here. Almost forgot intros. Shinvia, greet him. A small foot in blue doll shoes steps up. Den stunned. What? So sudden. A blue-haired girl in matching clothes says, hello, I'm Shinvia. Nice to meet you. Den stumbles, yeah, I'm Den. Shinvia steps closer. She whispers mysteriously, covering her mouth. You're the future Soast heir. Right. He hesitates, not sure. Shinvia grabs his hands. Don't act clueless. Heard you're talented in tons. Look out for me. We might be family someday. He's speechless, stays polite. Sure, I'll help. Thinking, kids are so direct now. Seeing them hand in hand, Layla's eyes widen. Den, you're here. Den wonders, calls Layla. Shinvia frowns, surprised. Lady Layla. They drop hands. Layla's face darkens. Who's she? Den fumbles, she's. Shinvia reintroduces. Greetings, Princess. I'm Shinvia Open, Baron Open's eldest. Layla frowns. Oh, nice to meet you. Seeing their forced smiles, tense air, Den's head aches, that familiar hostility. Recalling Ariella and Claire's clashes, he thinks girls are terrifying. Layla grabs his hand. Sorry, borrowing Den. She looks at him. We had plans, right? Den's confused, then nods. Oh, yeah, sorry, Shinvia, later. Shinvia forces a smile. Yeah, shame. They rush off. Layla grumbles. Yeah, she thinks you're awful. Her face darkens. Duke's beloved daughter, second only to the Emperor. How dare she steal him? Layla glances back at Shinvia, alone, annoyed, muttering, Eastern Baron's girl, they don't fit. In the dark, Layla asks, how'd you meet? She your fiancé? Den denies, fiancé, no, just a hello. She smirks, really? He glares, annoyed, of course, then sees her brighten, thinking her mood switched fast. He leads her somewhere, mysterious. Look, we're here, my secret spot. She gasps, who'd guess this exists? Den nods, proud, yeah, no interruptions here. Then he steps forward. Layla follows, eager. Seeing the ancient scene, she squeals, incredible, didn't know this was real. Layla looks up, murmurs, no one'll know what we do. Den agrees, right? Great for training. Felt mana yet. She hesitates. A bit. Not enough for a core. Tried breathing it. He frowns, no awakening yet. Surprised inside. I self-taught on battlefields. Thought the Duke's house would have taught her. Den breathes deep, then speaks. Start simple. Feel mana entering your body. Layla asks, feel it inside. He nods, yeah. To release it, control it first. Imagine. She echoes, imagine. Den spins a finger, guiding, close your eyes. See mana swirling in you. He grins, joking, like blood in veins. Layla listens, puzzled, clenches fists. Okay, I'll try. Her face shows, she's lost. He offers a hand. This'll prep you for mana. Feet apart, steady balance, basic stuff. Layla relaxes. I know you've got this. She shuts her eyes tight, brows knit, still tense. Den watches every shift. Layla blurts. It's not working, he soothes. It's basic. First try. Focus. Nearby, Icon hides behind a tree, eyeing the kids. He chuckles softly. Oh ho, young, but my son's teaching. Watching them, teacher and student, Icon's proud. You've grown. But's voice startles him. What are you doing? He jumps, whispering, oh gods, Duke. But scans around, unsure what's up. He smirks, arms crossed. Haha, no need to freak. Late night secret date. Icon stammers. What? Date? How'd you get here? But Bo's intruding, You're sneaking sloppy. Your wife's a legendary assassin. You learned zilch. Icon's sheepish, I tried. But teases, estate lord spying. People'll talk, old pal. Icon's out of words. Spying, just trailing my son. But laughs, you too. I'm following my daughter. Icon stunned, shouldn't say this. You're a hopeless dad. Then a surprised shout, you found it. Show me. Both hush, eavesdropping. There, Den touches a barrier. Layla gasps, a spatial pouch. He nods, yeah, my sister made it for me. She's jealous, ooh, so lucky, my brothers ditched me since the academy. From the pouch, Den pulls something. Setting up a mirror, Layla asks, why a mirror? Den says simply, bought it for this. Seeing yourself helps. She's doubtful. What, really? He nods, imagining's easier with it than just your mind. Layla's skeptical, really? He says, yeah, stand there, look. She steps up, alright, I'll try. Then Layla repeats the moves. Den watches, thinking she's serious. She makes odd noises, but whispers, Layla's taken to your son. Icon asks, obvious, but knowing her, nods, yeah, she's not usually open. Icon's confused. What's up? She's bright. But's face dims silent. We calling her lonely figure. His voice drops. Looks that way. Inside, not sure. After her brothers left. Her mom's bedridden. Can't be there like before. Layla tended her mom. That's why she's closed off. That's it. Icon's puzzled. You get her. Why so cold to your own kid? But lowers his head. Whispers, haven't you noticed? Den wields the sword skillfully, unleashing fluid strikes. He swings, carving sharp slashes through the air. After a series of agile moves, he finally stops. Den lands firmly, feet steady. Herman claps from the side, praising, amazing, young master. When you practice swordplay, Den explains, just felt like swinging it a bit. Herman keeps gushing, truly a genius. You're skilled with swords too. Den grins, excited, learning a new weapon's fun. Haven't held a sword in ages. Dad's been watching too close. Lucky my skills haven't rusted. Herman brings a tray of sweets. Here, snack first, then we'll keep going. Den agrees, sure, thanks. Then Den pauses training, enjoys the treats. Practicing here's nice. Elsewhere, Icon stands by a window, sighing alone. Every year's the same, exhausting, but we gained a lot from that last party. He frowns, thinking, I can tell tons of nobles are eyeing the South. Most want good ties with us. Icon realizes sharply, since the war ended, the South's good climate holds stuff nobles crave. Their interests obvious. He sighs again, but that interest can't match the attention Den's getting. Icon recalls earlier that clash with Turin's eldest son, didn't see it coming, but Den calmly explained everything to the adults. He worries a bit. Den's maturity's too early, boldly showing talent. To grown up, sometimes I wish he'd act his age. Just my wish though. Icon checks the clock, stops overthinking. Almost time. He turns, glances back. Icon mutters, long VI, let's see him swing it today. He carries long VI, steps into the training yard. Lifting his head, he's stunned, mouth agape at the sight. Icon spots Den swinging a sword, masterful and sharp. Swordplay, ha! He can't believe it. Why's Den using a sword, not a spear? Icon frowns, puzzled. Then it hits him. Right, that old duke must have said something. Otherwise, why's he here practicing swordsmanship after all that spear training? Den, unaware, keeps swinging. He slashes nimbly, cutting precise lines. Icon watches, pleased and proud, seems he's got sword experience too. He observes more, notes to himself, that strength, even lifelong swordsmen couldn't mimic. Icon sees Den's steady gaze, not like other kids his age. He stands aside, quietly watching, wondering when he learned this. One thing's sure, he's got sword talent too. After Den finishes, Icon approaches. Den, I've been watching. When you learn swordplay? Den panics, caught. Better tell Dad the truth. So he answers quick, I didn't really learn it. Icon pauses. Oh, pure talent then. Icon lists, skeptical, spear skills, magic, stealth, summoning, now swordplay. He admits frankly, anyone else. I'd never believe a kid could excel in all that. Then Icon asks, Den, you curious about this world? Den's thrown off. Huh, you mean? Icon nods, yeah, beyond these walls. His voice lowers. This land's too small for your talent. Staying here'd hold you back. Den says nothing, head down, sad. Seems he knows I can't stay forever. But Icon smiles warmly. He suggests, then good, we'll prep you for the world. Den's shocked. Really? Icon nods, of course, bit reluctant, but I'll support my son's wishes. Then he plants long VI in the ground. Today I brought something special. Den looks, gasps, puzzled. This is. Icon repeats, recognize it. The dragon tail that reacted to you on your first birthday. Den remembers, right? It did respond to me. He offers it gently. Here, hold it. Den takes it fast. Long VI reacts wildly, startling him. Den stares, odd, amazing, so much power here. Icon's thrilled. It's reacting stronger than when he was a baby. He watches Den hold it, bursting with pride. No one can say it's me now. I'll make his spear talent shine brightest in these 6 lands. Icon steps up, pats his shoulder. He says cheerfully, thinking of mastering this spear before you go. So get ready. Den agrees, yes, father. Icon adds thoughtfully, before that day, get strong, wield it with pride. Den vows seriously, of course, instead of the dragon tail, I'll train hard to follow your teachings with pride, father. Icon laughs, just as I'd expect from my son. Then he asks, ready to start? Huh? Den replies, yes. After training, Den flops on his bed, muttering, the outside world. He thinks quietly, always been curious. Den flashes back to his past life, even those chaotic battlefield days. He recalls vividly smoke, fire, death, back when he was a grid. All I knew was war. All Den could do, clean camp, maintain weapons, eat bland food, then march to battle. That brutal past, escape meant war ending, or dying in combat. Den thinks sadly, only those 2 ways. Couldn't even imagine life beyond war. But as Den, it's different. He wonders, unsure, how my talents be used, how the world take me, what can I do out there? Then he lifts his spirits, but I've got a shot to go anywhere, do anything. He grasps the value of living, cherishing this life's peace, unlike the last. I just wanted to stay, enjoy this place's warmth. But Dad's question changed my mind. Den smiles faintly, seems he's made up his mind. Alright, time to step out. Suddenly a familiar voice rings. So you've decided, son. Den jolts, sits up, mom. He panics, when you come in. Lily smiles gently. Don't worry, you were so lost in thought. Didn't hear me knock. Den scratches his chin, embarrassed. Oh, really? She leans down. Yeah, heard from your dad you'd be deep in thought. So, curious about the world beyond our land. He lowers his face. Yes, Dad said it'd waste my talent to stay. After thinking, I'm curious too. Sorry, Mom. Lily looks at her sensible son, feeling a pang. She hugs Den, comforts. No need to apologize, Den. He hesitates. But my sisters aren't here. If I leave too. Lily strokes his face, says softly, I'm fine. I get it, Den. I know how talented you are. Even if you didn't want to go, the world'd still call you. He chokes up, Mom. She says gently, if you could stay with me longer, that'd be great. Lily recalls their close moments, regrets, but the world won't let you. She looks out the window, advises, so go, do what you want, Den. Den nods sadly. Yes, Mom, even if I leave, I'll visit often, tell you about the world. Lily smiles lightly. Thanks, son. Guess I need to prep you for the outside like your dad. He's puzzled. Huh, prep, you mean? She reveals, plan to teach you scouting. Take it slow, but looks like you'll learn traps too. Den wants to bolt. More special lessons from Mom. Lily lists eagerly, oh, and body disposal skills, right? Human anatomy too. Den spooked. Silently groans, oh God, I'll collapse before I even leave. She keeps going, excited. Anyway, I'll teach you tons. He mumbles agreement to please her. Yes, Mom, I'll try my best. Lily gazes at her son, eyes full of love and pride. Den's truly grateful. Special lessons from parents, taught with love. He suddenly remembers, right, if I'm heading out. Den looks at the vast, glowing city, thinks, gotta prepare well. Southern Antian Empire, Sos Domain, a thriving hub. Tall buildings line up, warm climate, rich natural resources. This place became Antian's key spot, kept them strong through war. Streets bustle with people. A servant chats with someone, thanks to Count Sosrul. This land stays peaceful. Icon nods, pleased, at them. Post-war, leftover rebels were caught. Folks of all ages roam freely. Old, young, kids. Feels like peace'll last forever. From above, people below look tiny. Street chatter rises, heard the rumors. Young Master Den visited shops. Someone gasps, really? Another says, yeah, bought stuff. Shopkeeper's daughter fainted. A brown-haired girl walks, excited. Oh wow, rumors are true. An orange-haired girl giggles, he's getting handsomer. Wish I'd see him. No lover yet, should I try? The brown-haired girl jumps. What, you're crazy? Seeing her blushing, drooling friend, she snaps. Wake up, he's only 14. The orange-haired girl turns. From what I hear, he doesn't seem 14. Brown-haired girl surprised. Oh, orange-haired girl nods. Yeah, heard he's as tall as the count. Brown-haired girl marvels. Wow, maybe cause the countess is tall too, so jealous. Orange-haired girl pictures Den's strong back, eyes shining, says, bet he looks 20. She gushes, platinum hair, green eyes, my heart'd stop. Brown-haired girl laughs. Next time he's out, I'll check. Wonder when he'll show. Orange-haired girl says, he's often at that shop. Brown-haired girl recalls. Oh, right, forest guard told me. Street talk continues. Orange-haired girl asks, really? Then meet the guard first. Easier. Brown-haired girl's shocked. Wait, you're serious? Outside Soest, at the coniferous forest, birds flap up into the sky. Wild wolves roam below, howling up. Warm light filters through trees. Birds soar. Ancient magic fills this doomsday forest, where Den trains to escape mom's task. Den steps lightly through. He grips his spear tight. Den lets a handkerchief sway in the wind, muttering, south breeze. He tucks it away, heads forward. Saw cherry spiders here, so west it is. Den pulls his hood down, thinks, 3 hours. Out before sunset. He leaps off a trunk, darts forward like a hunting leopard. Den's speed ramps up. Key for assassins. Don't get caught. His figure vanishes briefly. He must dodge nets, traps mom set, and escape this danger-filled forest. Den glides, leaving no trace. Finally, he stops at a clearing. He hides by a big rock, panting. Den looks up, breathes in air and mana, holds it, exhales. Sun blazes overhead. After blending into the scene, hidden traps lurk in odd spots. He senses thin, overlapping threads in the air. Den stands still, eyeing the faint threads. He thinks nearly invisible strings everywhere. One touch, traps trigger. Den jabs his spear down. Basic but deadly mechanism. He rolls up his sleeve, mutters, good thing this one's easy to disarm. Suddenly, Den's eyes widen. He freezes. Before him, giant rat-like monsters appear, clinging to trees, glaring hostilely. Den stunned. What's this? One monster stomps a rock, launches. It charges, leading the pack, mouths wide, sharp teeth bared, spiky bodies rushing Den to attack. Den stiffens, thinks, oh no, a Juliet pack. Didn't expect them here. Seeing them close in fast, charging at terrifying speed. Den decides fast, gotta deal with them quick. Reaches for the spear stuck nearby. Then he pauses. Wait, if I hit a trap now, it'll get worse. The Juliet pack screeches, eyes blood red. Seeing them charge, mouths wide, he thinks no options left. He opts to retreat for now, just as the pack rushes him. Their harsh cries echo through the forest. Den spins, bolts, the Juliets chase close behind. He runs, glancing back. They're relentless, swarming. But next second, they crash into the forest's thin threads, snapping them. Traps trigger instantly. Countless arrows shoot out from nearby. Arrows pierce through leaves, aiming at the pack. The Juliets can't react. Sharp tips stab through them. A barrage ends their lives. Wave after wave, each Juliet drops. Den turns, watches, pleased. Aha, they fell for it. Took them out without lifting a finger. Suddenly his eyes widen. One Juliet dodges the arrows, charges him. Its toothy maw drips thick, white drool. The last Juliet lunges, Den dodges aside. His eyes track it, surprised. Whoa, it's fast. Missing, it whips around, glares viciously. Then it spits red liquid from its mouth. The red stuff flies at Den. He jolts, alarm bells ringing. Whatever that is, it's bad. Den spins his spear. He swings it, forms a shield, deflects the red liquid. Den exhales, phew, grits his teeth. Can't waste time here. Deciding, he charges, vanishes from sight. The blood-eyed Juliet rushes him. Den's gaze sharpens, it lunges, jaws wide. Spear strikes flash beautifully. Den thrusts straight at it. He wields the spear, brimming with confidence. The Juliet's head splits in two as it charges. Its eyes bulge, unbelieving. After downing it, Den bolts, darts through the forest. The sun dips, casting red light far off. Twilight stains the sky. Den pants heavily, Ha! Ha! He collapses. Ooh, so tired. Den, drenched in sweat, gasps, "At least I'm safely out." Rustling stirs the forest. He groans. What now? He grabs his spear, jumps up, thinking, damn, when I drop my guard. Seeing who's there, Den freezes. He shouts, "Mom." Lily nods, praises, "Well done, Den." Lily faces him, says, 3 hours, 30 minutes, faster than me. Den's shocked. You watched the whole time. Lily steps closer. Of course. Couldn't leave you alone. She smiles. I know your talent best, but as a mom, it's different. Den nods. Yes, ma'am. Lily ruffles his hair. You did great. No mistakes. Asks, you hurt? He says, I'm fine. She pinches his cheek. At this rate, they'll recruit you as an assassin. Lily flicks her sleeve. Something flies out. It's a dagger. She holds it with both hands. Offers, here, suits you more now. Den stares, stunned. Your Nihon dagger, really mine? Lily nods, smiling. Yeah, I don't use it. Den takes it, examines. Lily explains. Nihon's made from mystical Itaru. Absorbs all elements. His reflection gleams on it. She adds, you could store any poison too. He muses, I know it takes toxins. Uses them. Den sheathes it. Thanks, Mom. I'll keep it safe. Lily beams. Thanks. Let's head back. He tucks it away. Thinks, phew, that's all her lessons, right? A scream pierces the forest near them. Birds scatter in fright. Den and Lily glance around, alert. Den asks, Mom, hear that? The forest quiets. Lily says, yes, someone's here. Let's go. Den replies, yes, ma'am. They dash out, scenery blurring past. At So's domain, the next tower by the Grand Castle. A faint groan sounds from a room, ooh, followed by an annoyed, ha. An old man jolts awake, yells, ooh, ah. He pants, shaken, like he had a nightmare. Calming down, he looks around. Where am I? I was eating mushrooms in the forest. The door creaks open, a voice calls, you're awake. Den enters with a water tray, heads to the bed. You're still detoxing, don't move yet. The man stares, wonders, detox. You saved me. Den replies casually, yeah, you ate redcap mushrooms. Lucky we found you in time. Recalling the weird red mushroom from the forest, the old man pales. That's the redcap mushroom. Den hands him water, says, it's poisonous. We were almost too late. You'd be a corpse. Drink this. The old man takes it. Thanks, boy. He gulps it down. Den watches. Thinks. His belt has the Nixon Magic Tower emblem. He's no ordinary guy. Den remembers finding him. I used Mom's dagger. Without it, even Herman couldn't have saved him. After drinking, the old man asks, thanks, where am I? Den replies, So's domain's a next tower. He's surprised. So's domain. He rubs his forehead, head aching. So I didn't just get lost south. I ate poison mushrooms and ended up here. He stops thinking, sets the cup down. Den says, rest. I told my dad. He'll see you soon. The old man freezes. Ha, your dad, you're... Den nods. Yeah, I'm Den Sost, youngest son of Count Sost. He stares amazed. Huh, really? You're Arabella's brother, the genius all magic towers watch. Then he shifts topics. How'd you find me? Den says, I was training with Mom in the forest. The old man recalls facing the Juliet pack, shocked. What in that crazy forest? Thinking back, he muses, even an 8th tier mage like me got lost. Mana reversed mid-spell. I collapsed. He asks, doubtful, really, that forest full of ancient mana and traps everywhere. Den grins casually, yeah, it's our family's land, super dangerous for outsiders. Plus the main is different from what modern mages use. Best not come here. You nearly died from the mushrooms too. The old man's face falls. Oh, I almost died there. Suddenly realizing, he gapes. Wait, this kid's strong enough to train in that forest. He asks, unsure, you made the antidote too. Den nods, yeah. Seeing Den's confident smile, he thinks, a teenager crafting an antidote needing vast knowledge and precision. He laughs, disbelieving, ha ha. What kind of family is this? Thinking of Den's sisters and now Den, both daughters geniuses, even the youngest son. He drifts. If it were wartime, Soest would have been the empire's top powerhouse. Laughter echoes, haha, I owe you big. Den replies coolly, true. The old man, rescued from the forest, stares, thinks, look at this kid, pretty gutsy, says, ahem, I should repay that debt. Adjusting, he strokes his beard, proud, but first, I'm Siren goes, former master of Nixon Magic Tower, ask me for anything, I've got it all except what I don't. Siren goes, X-Star Master. Den thinks, he means his spatial pouch, smiles politely, oh, really? Then muses, lots of mages live houseless, storing everything in spatial pouches. Siren goes blinks, shocked, thinks, huh, I said I'm a tower master, normal folks would gasp or respect me, but this kid's unfazed. Flustered, he waves, you won't get another chance like this. No need to be shy, just ask. Den lowers his eyes, seems to ponder seriously. Siren goes beams, satisfied. Den says, I'll think about what I want, then tell you. Siren goes grits his teeth, annoyed, huh, brushing me off. What's with this kid? Den grabs the tray, turns. Rest up, he says, heading for the door. Siren goes door slams shut. He sits, face dark, feels like crows flew overhead. Siren goes rubs his head, laughs awkwardly, not used to this. First time someone's treated me like that. He looks out the window, planned to stay a couple days and leave, but nah. Den exits with the tray. Siren goes mutters alone, gotta stay, dig into this interesting kid more. In Den's mansion, Herman gasps, a tower master. He must be a magic genius. Den nods, for sure, heard he's 8th tier. Herman marvels, wow, 8th tier. Higher than Lady Arabella. Den wipes sweat. Yeah, totally. Herman thinks of Siren goes, says, so a big shot Ozu. Towers are like independent nations in these 6 lands. Den glances at his sword, adds, who'd guess he's such a heavyweight? Herman's curious, why's a tower master wandering the forest? Den swings his sword, says, it's no normal forest. Mages call it a forbidden zone. The Doomsday Forest. Herman stunned, if it's Doomsday, even mages struggle. He survived thanks to you, young master. Den stares at his reflection in the sword, lost in thought. He turns to Herman, get me a new sword. These are too light, too short. Herman jumps, oh, right. Those are war-damaged ones the Count brought back. No wonder, pauses. I'll prep a longsword for tomorrow. Den swings again, thanks, I'll finish today with this. He purses his lips, like he wants to say more. Recalling his talk with But, he thinks, oh, I've got that too. The Duke though means emblem. Den smiles, 7 years since that day. White clouds drift, if I hit the capital, I'll visit him. Icon waits at the training spot, calls, Den, you worked hard today. Den replies, yes, father. Thought you were busy outside, back early. Icon grins, things wrapped up fast. Had a reason to rush home. Den gets it, asks, the tower master, right? Thinking of Arabella, Icon says, partly, who knows? He might help her, maybe a good mentor. Den recalls Arabella punching someone, worries, not sure he can handle her temper. She decked an annoying senior. Icon pats his shoulder. Anyway, you saved another life. Great job. Den says humbly, just did what I had to. Icon beams, not everyone could. Den smiles, hearing Icon praise. What you did was amazing. Seeing Icon and Den approach, 2 maids open the door. Den asks, father, my sisters couldn't come again. They walk together. Icon looks up, says, seeing my daughters is tough. Arabella just finished a long semester picking a tower. Claire got called as a professor's assistant for a meeting. Den grins, both are impressive. Icon adds, your sisters are amazing, but I've got high hopes for you. Looks at Den, wondering how the world will treat a talent like you. Den admits, don't know. Icon laughs, thinking how you shocked but cracks me up. That reminds Den of Duke but sword skills. He smiles, thinks, Duke but though mean, I'd love to spar with him again someday. Den gazes out the window, wonders, how's Layla doing? Last letter was a year ago. Den pictures Layla though means bright smile. Thanks, guess I'll find out when I reach the capital. Days later, Siren Go's excited voice echoes in Den's mansion. What? I'm still not fully healed. I'm going crazy stuck in this room too long. As Su's servant stands, hands on hips, sternly warns, then don't wander far, and no magic for now. Siren Go's gapes. What? No magic? The servant confirms, yeah, your magic flow's still impure. We haven't neutralized all the poison, so wait a bit longer. Siren Go's clicks his tongue, regretful. Guess that's it. Been a while since I couldn't use magic, like a change of pace. He stands annoyed, grumbles, but staying here longer. I can't take it. Let's go out. The servant sighs. You don't even know your way around. Siren Go's ignores the advice, slams the door, heads outside. The servant frets. If he causes trouble, I'll probably get punished. Outside, maids gossip. Mages are split. Geniuses on one side, lunatics on the other. The orange-haired maid says, listen, he's paced the first floor 10 times. Now he's been staring at flowers in the back for hours. The chestnut-haired maid's puzzled. But isn't he supposed to be the strongest mage? Right. The orange-haired maid counters. So what? He's definitely nuts. The maids whisper Lady Arabella needs a normal life. Meanwhile, not far off, butterflies dance with blooming flowers in a vibrant garden. Siren Go squats, admires the flowers, muttering, really curious who made this garden. He plucks one, didn't expect these flowers to hold such incredible magic. Someone appears behind, says, came to check on you, didn't see you, you're here. Siren Go's turns, sees Den, laughs, haha, thought I ran off, ha. He stands, adjusts his clothes. Someone said I've gotta stay till I'm fully healed. Den nods, smiling, yeah, that's what I want to. Sunlight streams down, warming things up. Siren Go says, this place is great for resting, recovering. Feeling the bustling city's charm, he adds, now I get why nobles head south for vacation. Den replies, yeah, it's amazing. Kinda sad to leave so soon. Siren Go's blinks, what? You're leaving, where to? Den smiles casually, not far. The capital. Siren Go strokes his beard. The capital, so probably the academy, right? He recalls Den's sisters, asks, oh, your sisters are there too, huh? Den nods, yeah. Siren Go's adds, they'll have it easy. He thinks those sisters are crazy famous, so talented, wonder how good this kid is. Siren Go stares at Den, muses, should I test him? He jolts, spots swirling blue energy in Den's body. His eyes widen, unbelieving, thinks, what's this dense mana? It's unreal. Den stands there, smiling confidently. Siren Go's marvels if his age's geniuses are streams. This kid's a raging waterfall. Den tilts his head, puzzled, as Siren Go's freezes. Confused, that much mana should be unstable, burst out. How's he? Before Siren Go's can think more, Den speaks. Isn't it rude to skin someone's magic without permission? Caught, Siren Go's rubs his head. Flustered, oh, you noticed. Sharp kid, ahem. Sorry, that was thoughtless. Still buzzing, he drifts. No way I'd believe this. Can someone really have mana that dense? Den frowns. Huh, what did he see to freak out like that? Sirengo looked at Den quietly, wondering why he couldn't see any magic layer. With that mana density, there should be a visible layer. Suddenly realizing something, Sirengo showed a terrified expression. He sensed Den's heartbeat to powerful energy sources. Could this kid have to mana cores? Thinking this, Sirengo couldn't hold back his excitement, asked Den how he made his mana core. Den looked confused, asked what's the problem? Syringe House sweated nervously, shouted of course there's a problem. With that insane mana, you still want to wield a spear. Siren Ghost panicked, said you have magic that only needs a core, no layers. Do you want to throw away the greatest talent ever? Den, puzzled, asked back, can't I just use both? Siren Go got angry, furrowed his brows, gritted his teeth. Then, frustrated, he yelled loudly, ah, so annoying, where do I even start explaining? Sirengo's thought of magic swordsmen, asked Den if he knew why their lifespans were so short. Sirengo's didn't wait for an answer, explained they're strong with both mana cores and layers, but they clash, causing issues. It's natural law. Mana compressed in the core flows to the layer. The layer can't handle it. It explodes. Den froze, thought to himself, wow, I've researched a lot, but is this really impossible? See, Rain goes annoyed, crossed his arms, closed his eyes, didn't want to look at Den. Such wasted talent. Truly wasted. In the garden, butterflies fluttered around. Den thought for a bit, asked Si Rain Go, can I use magic without a layer? Si Rain Go replied, it's not impossible, but without a layer's refinement, how can you cast pure magic spells? Sirange Go added, others have thought like you before, but most I know failed. Den pressed his lips tight. He slapped his chest, said seriously, then I'll try. Singin Go stammered in shock. What? Den spread his hands, said he hadn't tried yet, but it seemed doable. Siren Go clenched his teeth in anger, thought this crazy kid. What's he saying? Den calmly said, if I rearrange the magic code. As he spoke, he tried it, energy in his body surged outward. Den clenched his fist, energy vibrated in the air. Right after, a bright red flame burst in Den's palm, magic fire crackled in the air. Through the flames, Syrian Go saw Den smirking. Den said, oh, it worked, but it's just a basic level 1 spell. Siren Go paled, shouted in shock. What? How is this possible? Thought this kid has no magic layer. How can he use magic? Seeing Den's confident face, Siren Go stuttered, amazed. You should only use raw magic. Refining it needs layers. Yet you still. Den waved his hand, used mana to form a magic cage. Den saw his mansion through the pentagon gaps, said his sister Arabella told him his magic affinity was high. Maybe that's why. Siren Go stared at the cage around Den, shouted excitedly, even so, then stopped abruptly. Singun Go paled, eyes wide, thought is this what people mean by unmatched talent? Pure genius. Den raised his hand, adjusted the mana cage, thought, surprised, it really works. I get it now, magic without layers is possible. Syrange Ghost trembled, leaned on his knees, innate mana affinity. Mouth gaping, he thought, his mane is purer and denser than anyone alive. Looking at Den, Syrange Ghost doubted, does this guy really exist? Syrange Ghost stumbled toward Den, asked, want to be my disciple? Around Den's mansion, Syrange Ghost's excited voice echoed, wait a sec. Sirango chased Den, said, let's talk, letting a talent like you slip is a shame. Seeing Den uninterested, Siren Goes rushed ahead, blocked him, asked, do you know level to magic? Den found Siren Goes annoying, replied, I don't know the code, so I can't. Syrange Goes laughed happily, oh ho perfect, if you're my disciple, I'll show you level 8 magic. Den turned away, uninterested, no thanks, I'll pass. Siren Go fumed, veins popping, glared, roared, fine. Just then, footsteps approached from afar. Akon strolled up, hands behind his back, laughed, didn't expect you to bond with my son like this. Surprised, called out, father. Akon smiled, asked, what are you two discussing? Den said, he keeps asking me to be his disciple. I refused. Akon mused. Disciple ha. Syrian Goes overheard, rushed to Akon, grinned, greeted, Countess Saugers, your son's a genius mage. Akon chuckled, oh really? Syrange Ghost patted Den's shoulder, said, maybe greater than you can imagine. He even used chain magic without a layer. Akon, shocked, no magic layer, really? Den, caught off guard, still answered honestly, yes, father. Akon laughed heartily, impressive. You don't even know basic magic theory. Syrian Goes nodded, that's why his talent's even more amazing. Akon beamed, said, no wonder the Tower Master spotted my son's talent instantly. Syrian Goes smiled, not just talent, he's a genius. Could even be a rare magic swordsman. Den pictured himself raising a sword in knight armor. Den shouted excitedly, swords beat spears. Akon's face darkened oddly. He frowned, unhappy, magic swordsman ha. Den froze, sweating buckets, thought, ups, shouldn't have said that in front of father. Syrian Goes, oblivious, laughed, exactly, a magic swordsman. Finally interested, right? If you're my disciple, I'll make you the Empire's strongest. Then he noticed Akon's odd look, sweated nervously, thought, what's this feeling? Before Shingen Ghost could think, Akon roared angrily, "He's not becoming a magic swordsman." Shingen Ghost shrank back. Still unwilling, he asked, "But why, a swordsman with magic? Isn't he perfect for it?" Akon glared, stressed, "My son Den won't be a magic swordsman, he'll be a magic scholar." Strange Ghost froze, thought, "What? That's the issue." Den sweated, closed his eyes, played dead. Akon fumed, veins bulging, glared darkly at Strange Ghost. Syrian Go thought, "Haha, why is everyone in this family like this?" Warm sunlight bathed the side tower. For a mage, being a disciple meant a lot. Den read the info, thought quietly. He stared at the book. Mages often groom successors through a tradition called inheritance. It's been around since ancient times, even now in the modern era, when basic magic education exists. Den slammed the book shut. Right, the Tower Master isn't just looking for a disciple, but a successor. Den recalled Siren Ghost chasing him, urging him, thought quietly, "A level 8 Grand Mage hovering around me. My talent must be something incredible." Den adjusted his clothes, mumbled, "After hearing so much praise, I feel something stirring inside me." Den's eyes widened, shone brightly. I get it now." He remembered Arabella giving him a crystal orb before leaving, told him to pour magic into it when he wanted to see her. Den opened the door, grabbed the orb. He held it, mumbled happily, "All right, let's ask Arabella." Somewhere else, Den's voice called out, "Sis." Arabella sat in the library. Den's voice echoed in her ears. "Sis Arabella, it's me, Den." Arabella straightened, looked up. Her pen stopped mid-note. Arabella replied joyfully, "Den, my little brother." In the library, her shocked voice rang. "What? Den, you cast a level 1 spell." She jolted, unbelieving. "You don't even have a magic circle." Den replied, "True, I don't, but I still did it." Arabella, stunned, said, "I knew you were a genius, but not this good." Den said, "Magic circles just purify and cycle mana. Maybe mine's already pure enough." Arabella left the library, replied, "That makes sense." Arabella thought of a sparkling blue gem, said, "Hey Den, I've got a way to test this. I'll send you a magic stone through the teleporter in your room. Just pour some mana into it." Den replied, "Got it." Den sat by the orb, thought happily, "Big sis is so nice. Main has always fascinated me." The orb glowed. "A level 6 mage's advice is super helpful." Arabella cut in, "Oh right, since you can cast magic now." Arabella warned, "You'll get tons of attention at the academy." Den froze, worried, "I don't want that." Arabella moved to a quiet spot, laughed, "It's unavoidable. Talent draws eyes. Tell me if anyone bullies you at school, I'll handle them." Den suddenly recalled, "Oh sis, I forgot. I heard you broke that flirty guy's nose, the second son of Duke Dual Right. Thinking of that cheesy jerk." Arabella gritted her teeth, yelled, "Don't mention that creep." A few passers-by heard her, turned to look. She fell silent, embarrassed. After they left, Arabella spoke, "By the way, even without a magic circle, could your mana get purer over time?" Den answered honestly, "I don't know." Arabella said, "I'll look into it later." Just then, a female student rushed up, shouted, "Senior Arabella, the professor's looking for you." Arabella reluctantly said bye to Den. "Gotta go. I'll call you later." Den replied, "Sure. See you soon, sis." Arabella promised, "I'll send the magic stone when I can." The orb rested on its soft pad. Den thought, "I'm stepping into a whole new world." He grinned, excited, didn't expect my mana to be this pure. Mumbled, "Do I have a dragon's heart or something?" At the side tower where Shingen Ghost stayed, he groaned, "I'm so dead." Siren Ghost sat cross-legged, hand on the chair, thought, "I used mana to probe him. It's made things worse. I plan to leave early, but I can't yet." Siren Ghost gritted his teeth, annoyed. He hasn't accepted my offer. Recalling that moment, he laughed eagerly. "Oh ho, perfect. Be my disciple. I'll teach you level 8 magic." Den refused. "No thanks." Siren Ghost wondered, flustered, "How do I convince him?" Siren Ghost pondered, "Should I offer him magic artifacts or my lifetime of knowledge?" Siren Ghost grew gloomier. "No, that's too much. If I give it and he still says no, I'll leave empty-handed. Just then, a knock outside Siren Goss's room. Den's familiar voice. You in there? It's me, Den Saugers. Siren Goss snapped alert. What's he doing here? Has he accepted my offer? Thinking this, Siren Goss called, come in. Right after, the door swung open. Den walked to where Siren Goss sat. Good you're here. I've got something to say. Siren Goss asked curiously. What's up? Seeing Den smile, Siren Goss thought, wait a sec. This kid. Sirius Goss stood, patted his head, laughed. Ha ha, I knew it. You'd want to be a disciple of a great level 8 mage like me? Den denied. No. To Teacup's report, Siren Goss asked, a bit disappointed, then why are you here? Didn't you say you weren't into magic? Den sat across Siren Goss, smiled. It's not that I'm not into magic. Siren Goss wondered, then why won't you be my disciple? Do you already have a master? Den replied casually, no I don't. Siren Goss fumed, thought, is this guy messing with me? Gritted his teeth, then why are you here? Den looked serious, thought, I don't know how to progress to level 2, big sis teaching me is tough. She's far away. Den recalled saving Siren Goss in the forest, thought, after all, learning from him's best, he owes me his life. Den spoke, I don't want to be just a regular mage. Singengoth asked, confused, what, you want to be a spear mage? Den denied, no I'll be a mage spearman assassin summoner. Siren Gouge smacked his head, annoyed. What, that job even exists? Den picked up his tea, smiled, oh and a swordsman too. Siren Goss couldn't hold back, said, that's ridiculous. Den sipped tea calmly. Siren Goss grumbled, ooh, so hard to talk. He couldn't resist asking, you're still rejecting me? Even knowing this is your only shot, Den answered honestly, yup. Siren Goss rested his chin, thought, damn he's too stubborn. Suddenly, his eyes widened, maybe that'll work. Siren Goss slammed the table, stood, shouted, want a recommendation letter. Den paused mid-sip, surprised, a recommendation letter. Siren Goss grinned, I heard you want into that academy. With my letter, you're in instantly. Den set the tea down. He went quiet, this deal's really tempting. Den spoke, alright. Siren Goss cheered, great. Let's hash it out. Den asked back, can I set a condition? Siren Goss thought gleefully, hey he's hooked. I'll seize this. Trap him good. Siren Goss laughed heartily, of course. Name it. Den asked, can you teach me how level to magic works? Siren Goss agreed instantly. Sure, I know every magic type in the world. Den couldn't help asking, oh really? I'm counting on you then. Siren Goss didn't expect it to be this easy. Laughed, no big deal. He looked at Den across from him, thought, he's so young, a letter or level to magic's nothing to me. Siren Goss offered eagerly, let's start now. My health's not great, but it's fine. Den replied, sure let's go. Den stood, Siren Goss thought smugly, hey he's totally in my net now. Den added casually, oh I'll take this as repayment for saving you in the forest. Singin Gong froze. What? Den smiled, you said it yourself. You owe me your life. I can ask for anything. I've told you what I want. Siren Goss jolted, furious, clenched his fists. What about being my disciple then? Den shook his head. No way. Siren Goss's face filled with disappointment. Huh, I just got tricked. He couldn't believe it, thought, fooled by a 14-year-old. Siren Goss suddenly pointed at Den, shouted excitedly, wait, you asked for 2 things. I only owe you 1 favor. Den stayed calm. I don't think so. Siren Goss asked, confused. What do you mean? Den thought of carrying Siren Goss out of the forest. Explained, first I saved you from the woods. Then there's how Den used Gam Lily herbs to detox Siren Goss. Second, I cleared the poison from your body. Siren Gage scratched himself. Den added casually, plus I carried you all the way back here, but I won't count that. Siren House stood dazed, tears streaming down his face. His bitter thoughts echoed in the side tower. How's this kid so cunning? Oh, my chest hurts a little. At the training ground, Den and Siren House faced each other. Siren Goss crossed his arms, looked up, thought, no big deal. Siren Goss smiled, calculated inwardly, if I keep pushing him, he might change his mind someday. It'd be a waste to let a natural genius slip away. Figuring it out, Syrian Ghost turned his back to Den, said, "You condensing a mana core before a magic circle isn't a big deal. What matters is you can cast magic without one. The method for level to magic I'm about to explain is pretty complex." Siren Ghost glanced back at Den. So many give up at this step. He warned, so listen carefully next. Den smiled, nodded, sure. Singwon Go thought, "Ha, look at those sparkling eyes." He coughed into his hand, "But I won't let you reach your goal that easily. I'll teach you some manners." Den stared, puzzled, wondering what he was thinking. At the training ground, Siren Go's stern voice rang. Level to magic is a whole different level from 1. You have to calculate mana amount, mana density in the air, even your body's condition all at once. Siren Go eyed Den. That's why most quit magic. It's complicated, he thought smugly. So, get what I'm saying? Bet this kid will beg for simpler words. Thinking this, he raised an eyebrow, pointed, that's the basics. Got it. Den smiled, nodded, yes, I understand. He explained magic his way. I need to learn tons. Not just how magic works, but stuff I don't even know yet. Siren Go looked shocked. What? You actually got all that? He stammered. Then tell me about magic laws. Den scribbled notes, said, the first law is coexistence. He pictured this colorful world. Added, mana can exist alongside the physical world and other mana sources. Den thought of butterflies flapping, living beings. Continued, through coexistence, mages use their own mana and surrounding mana to cast spells. Den shared what he knew. The second law is conservation. Siren Go's froze, stunned, thought. He fully grasps magic's essence. Den explained conservation. If you gather 10 units of mana with enough material factors, through conservation it can cast spells of any elemental type. Siren Go's went from shock to shock, sweated, thought. He's adding his own reasoning. Siren Go looked up, reassessed him. Most find this boring, but he doesn't. How does someone like this exist? Siren Go stopped overthinking, said, each magic level gets exponentially harder. Instead of explaining, I'll show you. With that, Siren Go spread his arms. Mana flowed around them. Right after, a magic barrier formed in front of Siren Go's. He explained, this is level 1 magic, cast with simple laws. Den watched, took notes, memorized what Siren House said, but from level 2 up, it's way different. No comparison to 1. As he finished, the barrier shifted, its parts linked tighter. Mana in the air changed. Siren Go introduced, this is how level to magic works. Den fell into thought. They're woven so complexly, it feels tougher than theory. Siren Go smirked, smug. So, this is level 2 fire magic. Fire arrows. Plus, if you want more, you'd need to cast the same spell repeatedly. Thought. He's gotta be shocked. Never seen level to magic in action. Den reached out, touched the new magic. Looks tricky, huh? Singin Gaung's voice echoed in the training area. Most take at least a year after mastering level 1 magic freely before starting level 2. Siren Go's chuckled, smug. No matter how smart, you'll only grasp part of magic. The key is the laws. If you can't get that, nothing else matters. He thought, I'll watch him a week, then slowly teach techniques. Den tucked his notebook away. Should I try? Siren Go looked up. You? He laughed. It'll be tough, but go ahead. Den got ready. Alright then. Siren Go's widened his eyes, surprised. Den closed his eyes, focused, felt the mana and magic. Right after, he opened them. Mana flowed, wrapped around Den's outstretched arms. A barrier like Singin Go's formed. Den said, this is level 1, right? Siren Go's nodded, shocked, yeah. He studied the barrier, mused. He made it with precise length and width. Impressive, so he's got level 1 down easy. The magic in front of Den shifted, grew complex, and this is what you just showed me. Siren Go jolted, stunned. He couldn't believe it, thought, really? He copied level to magic perfectly, got it after watching me once. Siren Go's couldn't hold back, asked, how'd you do that? Den replied casually, I memorized the laws and patterns while watching. He smiled, added, Picturing it in my head wasn't that hard. Sirengo stared at Den's level to magic, thought, unreal. Even a magic genius like me took time to cast level 2. This kid pulls it off without a magic layer. Den suddenly bowed. Then I'll try fire arrows. Sirengo blinked. What? Den didn't answer, adjusted, shifted the mana flow. Around him, pure mana wove together. Den's face turned serious. Right after, from the woven mana above, fire arrows appeared. Den said, "Oh, it's working." Sirengo's looked up at the fire arrows, jaw dropped. Huh, he cast it that easily. Watching Den play with the arrows, Sirengo's thought, ridiculous. With talent like this, I could have hit level 9. Den moved the arrows in the air to him. Am I doing it right? Sirengo, caught off guard, said, yeah, impressive. You pick up everything I show fast. Den looked thrilled. Yeah, I'm surprised I got it first try. Sirengo stood dazed, thought excitedly, a mage with no magic layer. The world'll freak when they see him. Looking at Den before him, Sirengo decided inwardly, I've got to hide this talent. All sorts'll bother him, at least till he's my disciple. Sirengo spoke. Alright, let's move to another spell. Den replied instantly, yes. Sirengo's mused, distracted, got a plan that academy letter. Den peered through the glass door, saw the sky outside, exhaled. Phew, magic lessons are more fun than I thought. Den lay on his bed, pondered, I need to master theory and practice, since I can use magic. He recalled standing on a mountain in a past life, blood-soaked sword in hand. Thought back. In my past life, I was forced to abandon magic, stuck in a situation where I didn't even know when I'd die. Den had to fight everyone. Spending time learning magic was too luxurious for me. To survive, I had to swing a sword. Piles of documents I never got to touch, since magic, up to a point, prioritizes theory over practice. Den thought quietly, it makes me look forward to this life more. He recalled Arabella trying to tutor him, combining it with the theory he learned from her. Plus, there's the pure mana in his body paired with natural talent. Den was thrilled. He could cast level to magic that afternoon, showing explosive growth with just simple guidance. There was also his first time testing magic. Finally, he thought of Sirengo's, even getting taught by the former Tower Master. Den felt excited. What magic will I learn tomorrow? Half a month later at the side tower, Akon's shocked voice echoed, what, you want to make magic potions? Sarange House-faced Akon replied, yes, we lack materials, so I'll need to leave the domain. Akon pondered, potions already. Sirengo said, don't worry about the kid. He's learned up to level for magic mechanics. Akon couldn't hide his surprise. Doesn't it usually take a month per level? Potion info isn't easy to come by. Akon asked suspiciously, where'd you learn that? Den stood by Sirengo's, smiled brightly. I picked it up from magic books in the library. They got me hooked. Sirengo's patted Den, laughed. Haha, a genius indeed. Never thought you'd be curious about potions. Most find them dull. Sirengo rubbed his head. But for you, even picking materials sounds fun. No doubt. Akon fell into thought. After a moment, he nodded. Fine. This'll be a valuable experience. Go out. Check the domain too. Den smiled cheerfully. Yes, father. At the Saugers County, tall buildings lined up close together. Outside, it was noisy, bustling. People spotting Den on horseback turned, said, it's young Master Den. Take some snacks. New stuff. That silver hair fluttering today. So pretty. Den smiled, greeted them. Looks like everyone's doing well. I'll grab snacks later. Sarangos glanced at him. Thought, seems Count Saugers isn't bad. Well, judging by how he treats me, makes sense. By the roadside, a fruit stall stood. Sirengo said, this southern area has tons. Good food, nice weather, friendly people. Sirengo scanned around, noticed the warm locals, a rare sight compared to the capital. Den smiled, replied, yeah, it's cozy here. Sirengo's dropped the topic, asked Den, how long till we reach the magic shop? Den leaned over, grinned, not sure, I've never been. Sirengo's blinked. Ha! Den turned to Herman riding behind, said, Herman, guide us from here. Herman smiled, yes, young master. The three rode fast. Simon led, said, this way, not far now. Den replied, good. At the magic shop, an amazed voice inside, oh wow, is that young Master Den? A gentle woman's voice chimed, your silver hair and emerald eyes, stunning, just like the rumors. Den ignored the flattery, said, thanks for having us. Den looked at the shopkeeper, asked, how's business lately? She crossed her arms, smiled, same old. Not many locals buy magic tools, just foreigners and magic buffs. She glanced at Siren go, added, didn't expect to meet the former Tower Master, Siren here. Den thought. She recognized him with one look. Makes sense, not many become Tower Masters in the Empire. She bowed, said, feel free to browse, call if you need me. Den replied, sure. Inside, Siren Goom's voice rang, since it's your first time at a magic shop, look around, I'll chat with the owner a bit. Den didn't say much, alright. The shop was full of magic tools. Rare stuff normal folks hardly see. Den thought, wow, this place is packed with cool things. He rubbed his chin, pondered, something feels odd, kinda like deja vu. Den got more excited, checked everything out. He eyed the magic items on display. Den touched them, thought, if I touch these, I can feel their magic reactions. He closed his eyes, sensed, probably cause my magic sensitivity's high. Den opened his eyes, mused quietly. He turned, what's that sound? A strong reaction's coming from over there. Den looked up, what is it? The shopkeeper suddenly called, young master, those are just decorations. Den felt let down. Oh really? Siren Go suggested, why not check out some potion ingredients? Moonroot's good too. She eagerly pulled out Moonroot for Siren Go. Perfect choice. At least 50 potions use it. I grow it myself. Top quality. Den pondered, weird. Though he'd turned away, he still felt magic from what she called a decoration. Den turned back, surprised. He stared at the stone, confirmed, it's this. That stone's humming. Den felt drawn, couldn't help rushing to it. Herman paused, asked worriedly, young master, what's wrong? Den said, Herman, I sense something from this stone. Herman frowned, confused. It's just decor though. Den stared at the stone, I'm not sure, but it's strange. He picked it up, got it, the more mana I pour in, the stronger it reacts. He eyed the stone, thought, could it only react to my magic? Across the room, the shopkeeper held Moonroot, smiled, great eye, perfect for samples. Siren Go thought, then grab me some Moonroot and Conwell berries. Den spoke up, what's this? The shopkeeper turned, surprised. Seeing the stone in Den's hand, she asked, where'd you get that? Siren Go's got curious. What's that stone? She said, oh, just decorative stuff. Den couldn't help but blink. Decoration, he thought. No way. Decor doesn't react to magic. She sighed. That stone always annoys me. Sirengo asked, what's up? Someone trick you? She said, years ago, some peddlers paid me with a big package. She recalled, when I opened it, that stone was inside. The guy was long gone. Back then, she panicked. I didn't know what it was. Got it appraised. Still just a rock, nothing more. Didn't know where to put it, so I left it there. Den felt puzzled. Weird, this stone's clearly not normal. The shopkeeper gestured to one side, said politely, young master, if you want something better, check this out. I've got some special magic artifacts. Over there, refined magic artifacts were displayed. She added, I'll show you. Den replied reluctantly, okay. She picked something up, introduced, this is a calling scroll. Den got distracted, even though this place has tons of cool stuff. He stared at the stone in his hand, looked a bit sad. I just want this one. She pointed at the scroll, said eagerly, put it in here. It'll store info you want. Just say a name. Their card pops up. Den cut her off. I'll take the scroll and this stone. She froze, surprised. Why do you want that useless stone? Den stayed quiet. I'll definitely need it. Syrian Go, standing nearby, couldn't help asking, what are you planning with that? Den grinned, eyes squinting, didn't answer. After leaving the shop, Siren Go spoke, Didn't expect you'd be into decor or art, or is that stone special? Den laughed. Haha, you noticed? Siren Go admitted, of course. Why else would you buy a useless rock? Den turned to him, said, exactly, it's not just decor, it reacts to my magic. Siren Go's pondered, really? He looked up, said, I'm not sure what it is, but you've got me curious. To many people here, let's head back to the mansion, check it out closer. Den tugged the reins, sped his horse forward, replied, sure. The sky turned to dusk at the side tower. Den asked, you know what it is? Go said, you underestimating my priceless lab tools. Siren Goss's voice brimmed with confidence. With these, we'll figure it out. Even though a mage appraised it as nothing special, Siren Goss pointed at his gear, added, whatever he said, how can it compare to this? Goss crossed his arms, smiled proudly, I sank all my money into building this cutting-edge stuff. It can analyze anything you put on it. Den grinned, excited, awesome, let's test it now. Siren Goss placed Den's stone on his device. Alright, I'm pretty pumped. He explained how it worked. Okay, put the stone here. Pour your magic in. Siren Goss touched the stone. Magic swirled around it and his wrist. The stone glowed brighter. The light got dazzling. Beams spread outward from the stone. Magic flowed in the air. Siren Goss kept his hand on it. Den watched the beams, amazed. Thought, something's really special here. Goss stroked his beard, smirked smugly. Hey, finally, puffed his chest. Alright. Suddenly, from the stone's spreading beams, strange symbols appeared. More symbols popped up, clinging to the light rays. Den blinked, surprised. It's magic code. Siren Goss lifted the stone, eyed the symbols, yes, but not just normal magic. Seeing the code swirling around Den, Siren Goss thought, incredible, this is magic with laws and structures I've never seen, maybe as complex as level 6 or 7. Den turned to Goss, asked, so the magic hidden in the stone is what's showing? Siren Goss nodded, exactly, your magic's the key to unlock it. That's why it only reacts to you. Den stared at the stone, curious. What is it? What's this magic inside? Why only my magic? Siren Goss said, the sealed magic's a bit foreign to me, but as X-Star Master, I'll give it a shot. Den smiled, said, if it works, maybe I'll figure out why my magic's different. Siren Goss agreed, yeah, could be. Outside the side tower, sunlight streamed. Siren Goss's voice echoed, hope it works. At the academy where Arabella studied, her personal lab where she often hung out, shelves packed with all kinds of books. On the desk, a half-used typewriter, some scribbled papers. Arabella stood, arms crossed, before notes plastered on the wall. Definitely different. It's not like regular magic. She touched a note, special traits, a unique magic trait Den told me about. One I don't even have. Arabella sank into thought. But what magic field does it fit? The results don't say. She mused, potion magic, portal magic, tech magic. If not those, then what? Arabella mumbled, it's gotta fit something. Suddenly, her eyes lit up. She'd realized something. Her voice echoed in the lab. Right. A lost magic field. Den's magic would match it. She rushed somewhere in the lab. Where'd I put it? She rummaged through books on the desk. After a bit, she grabbed one, cheered. Here it is. Alchemy, divination, necromancy, even primal magic code. Suddenly, a book from the pile fell to the floor. Arabella heard it turned. Seeing the book on the ground, she blinked. This is. She bent down, picked it up. Ancient magic book. Holding it, Arabella thought, come to think of it, there was an ancient magic kingdom long ago, plus spells inherited from Athena. She pondered, it's magic from 2,000 years back. No one knows how to use it. Arabella laughed, flustered. What am I saying? Ancient magic's been gone 2,000 years. Den's magic can't fit it. She eyed the books on the desk. But whatever, I've got nothing to lose. Her soft voice filled the lab. Let's try it. She acted fast, spread her arms, face serious, started casting magic. The typewriter in front of her got infused with mana. Arabella closed her eyes. The clacking of keys rang out. She opened her eyes, surprised. Seeing words form on the paper, she mumbled, "Something's showing up." She pulled the sheet, curious. "What is it? Alchemy? Divination? Or?" Arabella held it up. "Read. Hope it's not necromancy." She focused on the text. A second later, she froze like she'd found something huge. Her eyes widened, unbelieving. "No way." In the lab, her loud voice boomed. "What the heck is this?" Meanwhile, with Den and Siren Ghost, blue magic light still floated in the air. Den and Siren Ghost stared at the stone on the analyzer. The stone suddenly cracked into pieces. Siren Ghost cheered. "Oh, the seal's broken." Den wasn't sure. "Something's inside." Siren Ghost replied, "Yup, I'll pull it out." With that, he reached for the cracked stone and pulled out a bracelet. Den eyed it in Siren Ghost's hand. A silver bracelet. Singungo frowned. "Looks like some plain market bracelet. Thought there'd be something special in this material, but nothing." Den stared at the bracelet. Sirangos held it out to Den. "Here, since it only reacts to your magic, try wearing it." Den blinked, caught off guard. Asura. Den took the bracelet. He slipped it onto his wrist. Den stared at it, checking for anything different. The next second, it glowed blue. Siren Ghost said, "Oh, it's reacting." Den looked at it. "Huh, I see weird symbols." Siren Ghost blinked. "What? Let me see." Den asked, curious. "You know what they are?" Syrian Go leaned in, studied it. "This is." His voice shook with excitement. "Yes, these symbols." Den felt a thrill. Sanguine Ghost said, "It's ancient script no one alive can read." Den wondered, "The ancient script you mean?" Syrian Ghost explained, "Symbols the ancient Athena magic kingdom used." Den gazed at the bracelet, eyes full of curiosity. Den thought of the thriving Athena kingdom. "I heard Arabella talk about it as a kid. She said even the tiniest items there were made with magic. But one day, that era ended, the prosperous kingdom turned to ruins." Den mused, "All that's left are a few relics, stories passed down, and this magic code." Sirango sat on the bed. "Ha ha, knew your magic was special, but tied to the ancient magic kingdom." Den added, "So that's probably why I moved so easily in the forest lately." Syrange House raised an eyebrow, agreed. "Seems so. That forest magic comes from Athena." Thought, "Always wanted this kid as my disciple." Den cut into his thoughts. "But I don't see anything else in this bracelet." Siren Ghost closed his eyes, didn't look at him. "You can figure it out slowly. Just don't blab about this." Den replied seriously, "Yes, I'll follow your advice." Suddenly, a strong tremor hit outside. Loud noises followed. Siren Goes and Den jolted. Surprised, Den couldn't help asking, worried, "What's that noise?"